Mbappé ce soir.
Au visage de Provence, quelles que soient nos couleurs.
Mbappé 3 Mbappé ce soir.
Au visage de Provence, quelles que soient nos couleurs. Entre blanc rouge à
3 Mbappé ce soir.
Au rivage de Provence, quelles que soient nos couleurs.
Mbappé 3 Mbappé ce soir.
Au rivage de Provence, quelles que soient nos couleurs.
Boy, the hottest dog of all, John Mackenzie.
That's me.
Yeah.
Hello.
Anyway, we're starting a little bit late today, so the teams are already out. They're all singing. I'm watching the France team sing their national anthem now in what looks like a sort of transparent max almost. But John, you're about to take us through the teams. We were just discussing that it appears to be the same Spain team as last game, but not the same France team.
Yeah, no change on the Spain front. But France have made a couple of changes. Tchouameni on for Manu Kone, Barcola on for Desiree Doué. I think Barcola makes sense. I think that France are going to try and get in behind Spain because Spain are going to try and possess the ball high up the pitch, control the game, and then work a good rest defence. Their rest defence has been excellent all tournament, as has their defence. One of the best defensive teams of the tournament, but obviously they're going to be tested by this France front line of Barcola, Mbappe, Dembele, and then Elise behind them. So yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of interested to see in terms of how France get at Spain. In terms of Spain versus France, one of the things that I've been noticing is a propensity for the French team to step up quite aggressively on the press and leave space in this area on the pitch, if I can draw it in, where often you will find your Spain players trying to access here. You'll be usually Oyarzábal and Olmo, with the possibility of Baina and Yamal making runs in behind.
Yeah.
They'll be trying to open out that space and really get at the French back line. And again, the usual stuff that we've been talking about, creating tensions across the pitch, finding ways of sustainably moving the ball down the line. So I think this should be a really fun game between two teams who have had really good tournaments so far, but haven't been tested to this kind of elite level. So this is really going to be where we find out what level they're at.
I'm slightly concerned this could be an incredibly boring game.
I don't
Is that
think.
fair?
Depends. I think it'll be interesting from a tactical point of view. It might be tetchy, for sure.
I'm worried about things cancelling each other out, you know?
Maybe, but I don't think that will necessarily be the case. I think that Spain will try and get forward and they'll leave space in behind. And France, as we've seen, can be devastating in those transition moments. So you'll remember the penalty that France won against Morocco, where they basically went back to front in a few seconds and Mbappe won the penalty. So there's always going to be that threat of a really quick transition from France against Spain. And the big question is going to be, can Spain deal with them when they happen? So yeah, maybe at times it will be a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish, but I think with the fact that there'll be that tension there might be some excitement here and there.
The last time the two teams played, it was 5-4 to Spain.
But it was a dull 5-4.
It was a dull 5-4.
Yeah.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
Fan,
Not enough corners.
What do you think about Barcola starting over Doué?
Yeah, like I say, I think that Barcola is, he's the real in-behind threat that France have. So it makes sense that if they are going to try and get those quick turnovers against a bit more of an open Spain defensive setup when they've got possession, it makes a huge amount of sense. And obviously you can bring Doué off the bench if you need. You've also got Dembele and Mbappe against that back line. So I think that will be really, the attempt will be to actually get forward quite aggressively, quite quickly. I think as well, Spain have the same issue that we talk about here with the opening out of space in between the back line and the midfield line. So it may be the case that we'll see, this line pushing forward and then often maybe Spain a little bit slow to get into these second ball areas. So we might see long balls in and then France trying to win the second ball in behind in this gap here as well. So yeah, I think there's plenty of scope for excitement.
And last question would be Fabian Ruiz starting over Pedri again. Obviously, that was the case in the last game. He did score in the last game as well. But what do you think the reasons for this are? Because all I ever hear from JJ Bull is about how amazing Pedri is. Yeah,
I think Pedri's been a little bit off it. I think he's been overplayed a lot, obviously, throughout his career, but has been a little bit off it this tournament in terms of looking a bit jaded. Fabian Ruiz also left-footed, and I think the idea was to maybe rely on Yamal for chance creation at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of the tournament. But Yamal hasn't been at that level, and so I think it was just getting a little bit too predictable going down that side, and he wasn't producing anything. So I think bringing in a left footer in Ruiz is in part to do with trying to actually add a little bit on the other side as well. So to make them a little bit more. I guess to give a little bit more diversity to that attack.
Okay. Well, as a reminder of everyone's points and bad scores, John, you went for 2-0. JJ, you went for 3-2 to France. That's 2-0 to France, I should say. 3-2 to France, you said. You think it's going to be very exciting. You're welcome to come back now,
thank
John.
you.
A great scoreline. The last one was 5-4.
Right.
So
a dull 5-4, I heard.
Apparently. But I believe in goals.
Kai, you're the only person here that's predicted Spain. You've gone for a 1-0 Spain win.
Vamos.
Yeah.
I believe.
Do you?
Well, I think if there's any team that could beat France so far from what we've seen in this tournament,
it's England. Sure.
If there's any other team that could beat France.
Our off-camera guests are laughing at that remark.
It's probably
No,
Spain.
it's Spain, sure.
I mean,
agree.
they have what you would think is the antidotes to beat this French team. It's going to be very difficult for them, but
Yeah.
it's the best attack in the tournament against the best defence in the tournament. So from that perspective, it's going to be interesting. And as an Arsenal fan, I have to favour defence these days.
This is maybe going to sound crazy, but I'm in some ways, I'm more afraid of Spain in the final.
I know
if
exactly
England
what you
beat
mean.
Argentina, partly just based on expectations, because if Spain get through, suddenly everyone's going to think, well, there's England's chance to win, and when we inevitably lose in an awful game, I will feel horrible about myself. If England are playing France in the World Cup final, it's no pressure, is there? Fun. If they beat you 3-0.
So defensively,
Like the
they're
European
excellent
England
as
got
well.
to the World Cup final.
Of course.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Everybody in the
Exactly.
studio is
Hey?
expecting.
How about that? John, are you
France
staying with us, or are you
eventually
watching
to
the
go
tactics
through,
coverage?
I'll go to the tactics.
Why don't you
Patrick.
go to the tactics coverage?
But when you're looking at this,
All right. And then let me dig out some episodes.
there's
Incidentally,
something
producer
about
Jamie,
them. There's
we
something
actually can't
about
see the
that
screen.
ability just to be
We
able
can
to
just
nick a
see
game at the end
that
when they
it's
haven't
asking you
played
who's using
particularly
Chrome.
that well.
Anyway,
Huge
there you
amount
go.
of talent
You can
inside.
Have a look at that. Well,
But
I
it
find
will
some
be
headphones.
110% there we in go. order to beat this French side.
I feel so much more in the room now. I know we're doing something.
There it is.
I just don't feel that we're sitting in
Rabiot, who
the
just
room.
misjudged his
And
pass
also,
towards
we have no commentary
Barcola,
currently,
who's starting
Jamie.
instead of Doué today. It's the tie that the whole tournament has been pointing to, the European champions against the World Cup finalists from 4 years ago. Two formidable teams. One maybe easier on the eye, one who like to have more control. Given away by Baena. Picked up by Dembele, the reigning Ballon d'Or winner. Wasn't long before Spain had it back again. This is Rodri, turned 30 during the tournament. Unai Simon. To be a little bit careful. A couple of times already, Spain have been forced into uncharacteristic errors.
Yeah, there's no doubt that as good as their front four are at going forward, they're also good at pressing teams back, and Rodri's key in everything that the Spanish side do, and certainly in those defensive areas he's going to have his work cut out just to play through that French press when it first comes at you.
Got spin and run and drive from Mbappe. Immediately held up by a combination of Fabian Ruiz, who once again is preferred to Pedri in the Spanish midfield. Kubasi. Pedro Porro finding Lamine Yamal for the first time over on that far side. He was pretty vocal in the press conference yesterday. It's pushed off the ball by Rabiot. Those two have got a bit of history. Mbappe trying to speed away from Fabian Ruiz.
I quite enjoy the fact, lads, it's a match-up, you know, the 4-2-3-1, and they both will have a high press, I would think.
A couple of turnovers already, haven't we? And it's another. Yamal picks it up. A foul ball going through the centre. Got too many options in support.
He's got such awareness, hasn't he? I mean, when he picked the ball up then, he looked immediately, he didn't look forward, he looked behind him to see who was chasing, because he knows what's in front of him. He goes, I've got to take the full-back on. He's just checking behind him to make sure there's no one chasing him. So
there we go,
knows
perfect.
what's coming, what's around him.
Okay, we've kicked off.
Such a young
What a
age,
day.
it's a brilliant skill to have.
The thing I was going to bring up
Yeah.
the team was that Oyarzabal will drop quite deep, and I suspect both Upamecano and Saliba will follow him. Because you see they've got no one to
I
mark.
do wonder, Ali, whether or not there is a little bit
Someone
of
else take their place.
psychological
You mean the centre-backs will have no one to
to
mark?
overcome for
Yeah,
France?
because
Spain
he's
have
dropped
become
So there you go.
Yeah,
he's
they can't
following
get
in Fabian's
past.
now.
You
Into
know,
space
that's
is
an
exactly what I thought would happen.
You would be surprised though. You mean you look at that French side and indeed the Spanish. The one thing they've got is
Lee Dixon is
I
talking
assume
about how
they'd be so aware of that, they just wouldn't do it at all.
so maybe it's lingering
done
in
it
the
in the
back of
first
their
in the
minds.
first 30 seconds.
Maybe maybe it's a good thing to do.
And she is saying that this league.
Oh, look at that pass!
Beautiful. Lee Dixon saying that everyone in the ITV studio expects France to go
twice
through.
in a row.
Do wonder.
They'll
Yeah,
be just as worried about us as we are about them.
Everyone I've spoken to on
Interesting. You're not
rival
getting at the
outlets
moment
has
is
also said the same thing.
particularly the forward runs from the Spanish. It's
Just
a high
me.
line that French have
Just
got.
you.
There's no one
We
just
have got.
willing
We've
at the moment
actually
just to
technically
go
have
a
one
little bit longer into the channel.
We passed them over if one of you guys wants to listen. You sure?
This is when the French are
Never mind.
at their most dangerous. Barker skipping away from Pollery. Tries to send it back into the 18-yard box and it's smuggled behind.
I think he did. Porro did it. He did Porro a favour there, not going down. Here we see it. He could have went down there.
1 minute 40 in, just getting to grips with which team is wearing which colour.
The thing is with
Good,
Porro as well, what you
I'm
want
sure there are some.
to let you know is that he's there. If you get any chance to get any physicality on his winger, he will do. And on that occasion, the
Beautiful.
winger won that match.
So much
What do you
devastating
think about
speed
international
in this
managers
French
choosing
lineup.
players that they've
First corner of the
grew up
game is
with
headed
as a
away by
manager?
Emerick Laporte.
Like players that they trust, they've had it for a long time, rather than the
mishit
ones
from
who are like the informed, therefore better.
Rabiot.
A lot of people talking about David
Talking
Raya.
of wingers v
Talking about George
fullbacks.
Jesus
How
and
do
the
you
future
think,
Portugal team.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I mean,
Always the
Ronaldo's an
night
example of
before
that.
a
Like
game
England
when
as well,
when
you
you're
know,
in
they
bed
keep
thinking about
Who's the
players
England
that
couple?
tomorrow.
Southgate would stick with Maguire and those
Yeah.
kind of
And the
guys. He'd
thing
stick
is
with his
as well,
regulars
I'm
quite a
not
lot.
sure
I kind of get it in the sense
Thomas
that you
Tuchel
want
sticks with Madueke.
yeah, exactly.
Effectively Mbappe.
Well, we'll see in the semi-final, but
It's a big-
you get
the
that
one thing is, Will,
continuity,
you
and I
make
think
the
as
point,
much
and
as
it's a
you
really
can make
interesting
an
one. I think the
international
three
team and
best
club
teams that
teams
are left in the
should
tournament
try and do it.
all play with
There are
wingers.
times
And I
where,
think
like,
the fourth best team,
I would say,
Argentina,
for example,
I
with
think
David
their width
Raya's
comes from
form,
the
or even Juan
fullbacks.
Garcia's form at Barcelona this season, you could make a strong case
I
that
wonder if Luca Digne
it almost
slept a
becomes
little
too
bit
good to
better last
ignore.
night,
Yeah.
But
bearing in mind
I
he's been
think as long
heavy
as you
linked
can
with a
get
move
as
to
much as you can get that
PSG.
continuity, it's definitely worth going for it, and I see why coaches go for it.
Play packet that comes
Simon's
with
been really
that
good
will
this
be
tournament, in
particularly
fairness. He's not actually had too much to do, but he's
Good
been
goalie.
They end
good
up
sweeping.
being teammates
Oh,
with
it's so
Barcola.
quick.
He's got to get through tonight first.
Oh, this is already fun.
Yeah, I mean that's his first real contribution, isn't it?
Kunde
I'm
trying to
just
get down
watching
the
all
right-hand
these
side.
Oyarzabal and Olmo.
Eventually Dembele is dispossessed.
Someone in the
There's
comments
a lot
was
about
asking if you're
Spanish
colourblind,
football,
basically,
having
they were saying
spent
that a
time
kid
with
shot.
Barcelona.
No, just that it takes me a minute to sort of remember what I'm doing and where I am. I saw everything that happened. I just didn't. I wasn't attributing the action to any given
It
team.
really is
Fair enough.
Olmo, just that highest person at the moment during the middle. He's having a little look behind the centre backs.
But the Spain kit reminds me of.
Now and again, Rabiot's got the better of
one
him.
of- is it an
There's a
Arsenal
little bit of
away
history
kit?
between
That's
those
just
two.
it does look
Just
very
like
similar
yesterday at the
kit,
press
yeah.
He was in.
conference.
Oh, he missed that pass. He's on.
Looks a
2
little
years
bit
ago,
like Arsenal
Rabiot claimed the
against
teenager
France.
needed to do more, prompting him out to send out an
Saliba
Instagram
derby.
post after he
Which
scored
in
the
some
winner in
areas couldn't
the
have happened. You know,
clincher in
because
the
Arsenal against
semi-final.
all of the players would be
Here
on
is
both
Olmo.
teams.
True.
Let me tell you lads, that was a
Ollie
chance.
Murphy's making
Elise.
a big trouble.
And it's an easy ball for him to play the ball through to Mbappe. And he was disappointing, so he should be. That was a chance for France, that.
And this is a chance for Spain. Rabiot penalised.
Oh, Billy Dixon and Ali
It's the
Post and
follow through,
Copeland.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Something on the ball, just that straight leg. They're not going to get away with that. It's a good position, this as well, for Spain.
I guess this is pretty much exactly
Olmo
what we would have
yet to score at this World
Yeah,
Cup.
so
He was
far.
prolific at the European
See,
Championships.
this exact
2 years
the last
ago,
30 seconds
but
is
he has
why
been
I was
quietly
worried it might be
essential
a bit
to this
boring.
Spanish team.
Or maybe a little.
Oh, I like this stuff because look, they're all just finding little spaces.
Yellow
And
card
Fabian
for
Ruiz is
Rabiot
dragging
as well.
Rabiot
All
with
the
him.
yellow cards, by the
Yeah.
way, wiped
Do you think
at
it's
this stage of the
interesting that
tournament. You can only
Elise
miss the
seems to
final
be in the
now
two when France are at
if
possession
you
up
are
top,
sent off
whereas Dembele's on
in
the
the
right?
semis.
No, that's what they've been doing. They changed that at the first game.
Well,
They changed it at
someone
half
makes
time.
a phone call,
So
of
maybe even
course.
the first quarter.
No, I don't mean positionally generally. I just mean in this position when they're.
It
out-
makes perfect sense because it's
out
the furthest.
possession.
It's the furthest forward for me anyway.
Hmm.
They don't travel too much distances. Oh, well
he's
done! He
over him.
straddled him.
Possibly a little bit wide, Ali.
What
A
happened?
hurdle.
there?
Not a
I
great
was
final
thinking
ball.
that.
It looked a little bit like he just
terrified
chipped
to
the ball
see
into the
it.
crowd. I
Let's say it is,
couldn't
and then
see
they'll
what
bend it in the top corner and we'll get a goal.
Yeah, I love that. I believe they call that riding the challenge.
Bael is standing over it. Plays his football for Atletico Madrid.
Okay,
Barcelona's
that makes more, it
Lamine
makes
Yamal.
more sense that it was a block. I did wonder perspective made it seem as
Posters
though he just
billboards
chipped it
everywhere.
out.
The referee just coming over to get some. I think that's the you know, the stuff they have to spray down on the floor. He didn't have his can.
Really gold.
In the dressing room.
Yes, it was the law to hit that.
There you go. He
Everyone
needed
knows
that
the law of
shaving
volleys.
foam.
If the ball sits anywhere near where you are outside the box,
It's the law.
and you could volley it,
What's
by the
pu-
law
what's
you have to volley.
What's the punishment if you break the law? Like you were shouting at Martin Erdegaard a few games ago for breaking the law.
Well, the French defence will hope that they're better prepared. It's Baena.
Not live
It
streaming.
sits straight against the wall.
Prison!
Yes,
Fuss about
prison.
nothing until your
Yes,
mouth
corporal
flicks it with the
punishment.
outside of his
Football
boot.
prison.
Yeah.
Flicked
yeah.
away by Upamecano. Back in
Nothing
by
bad
Ruiz.
involving
Cross is
loved ones
unbelievable.
or
Football
It really
prison,
is.
that's just where
Because he
every
knows
second
if he
goalkeeper
goes to cross
lives.
with his right foot, he'll
He's
get
right.
blocked. She goes
Aberdeen
early without
fans
saying
exist
his
within.
left
For the
foot.
gilded
I
cage.
think I've seen you do that, Alan.
Don't worry, everyone. I
Not
know you're all
recently,
wondering
right?
about the real big game that's on tonight between Aberdeen and Brora, and I will keep you updated with the scoreline.
Aberdeen and who?
Brora.
Brora. Where are Brora from?
It's Aberdeenshire, I believe. It's in the Highland League.
Oh, they were actually a Scottish
Horror.
team.
Yes.
Oh, that had all the sound of a kind of
Brora
early-
Rangers
Ball
is
in
their full
between
name.
the
How far
back
down is
Saliba
the
and Dina, the left full-back.
As it goes Premiership.
It's fascinating watching
First,
Yamal's
second.
movement. I'm sure
What a ball
Lucas
that is
Digne's
again.
I think it's Highland League.
doesn't
Okay.
agree
There's
with you.
Highland
I can't
League.
remember.
His movement is
I
just
remember that.
brilliant. How he frees himself
What
and
the
gets
Lowlands.
into
Wait,
space
it's
before
Premier
he
League
gets
comes
the
up.
ball.
It's funny you mention Dina against Yamal.
I think that has the feeling of the kind of thing. If you Google it, you'll be gone for
He's
10
further up the
minutes.
pitch.
Well, I thought
Tomorrow
it was
versus whether it's Barker or Mbappe, that's an interesting one as well.
Built by
Brora.
France in possession. Move started by Mignon, bypassing the press and
Championship League
landing
1,
it
League
at the
2,
feet of
and then
Adrien
Highland Football League
Rabiot.
and the Lowland Football League.
Chouameni.
I was almost Mbappe in from Lycée.
Upamecano's ball down the right is the searching one
a little
for
bit of space here.
Koundé.
Well, this is where the space opens up for
He
France,
was
either
well
side of the
marshalled by the
midfield, so everyone attacks
experienced
that.
Emerick Laporte.
That's where everyone gets their fun.
The key to that experience, you're not going to win the
So
ball.
you'll
You just
see
lean
like,
into
Ooh.
the forward.
They're calling
Nothing
that
you
for
can
free
do, just
kick.
lean
Yeah,
into
yeah.
him, push him away, and there's
Rabiot
Toss
on
top
there.
left.
Wenger,
That didn't
Xavi
look
Hernandez
that much
also
like
there.
a free kick from the broadcast angle. Let's have a look at the replay.
The FIFA dignitaries.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
he does
yeah.
step on his foot.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Yeah. Always nice to have a replay.
just outside the box.
Upamecano's gone
It's
a
one of
long
those
way out
funny
of his
ones, though, isn't it, where he
position to
does
chase
actually
Baena.
intercept the ball first. It's just on a follow
Rabiot's
through.
gone back to
Yeah.
win it back and then
Somewhat
Bad
dangerous.
take.
loop one up
Excuse me,
for
that's what I
Mike
took
Mignon.
All right, well, this
Almost.
feels like the exact position that the draft excluder
Every
was
pass has
invented
to be
for.
precise.
You know what I mean?
I think you're right.
There
I
is
think
no
they
room
need
for error in a
see
game
this
like this, in
he's
areas
been-
like that.
Especially if he uses the power of the wind to hit the ball.
Hope
That
so.
would help.
That'd be good.
He's been talking a lot much about,
How he can control the wind.
among other things,
Digne.
but also about how
Barkler is wide on the left. Digne continues his forward run. That's declined, and Mbappe takes over the charge. I think he was trying to play that out to the right, Dembele, but just it's slightly off radar, which is unlike him. Been a bad World Cup, has it? 8 already for Kylian Mbappe.
It's been excellent. I had a question for you, Lee. When Digne gives the ball, whether it's to Barker on that left-hand side there, would you go by him as a full-back or would you let him go on a 1v1 with Porro?
I think most of the time I'd let the wing get on with it. But there is a movement that they do on that left-hand side that just
Spain have got a
frees
good
up.
record against France, and France are the ones who should be afraid of
Mbappe
Spain.
coming
And put
short,
a couple
so
of
they
Instagram
do an
stories out
overlap
today
or an
with
underlap
pictures
to
of
take
what happened.
the player away
last
from
time France
Mbappe.
played
That's
Spain,
how he
like
ended up
5-4.
getting the ball.
Right.
Including
Obviously,
Cristiano
messed up after
celebrating
that one.
goals.
Yeah.
In general,
and also
I'd give
the
the winger that's just and
2024
then swap it up a
semi-final,
little
which
bit.
he scored an amazing goal.
The amount of times if you swap it
So,
up, it just gives
I think he's
the
kind of
opposition
riled up
something
the
else
fact
to
that
think
people have
about.
Spain
Do
as
the same
underdogs
thing
in this
every
game.
time. It's pretty easy
So
to
you want that
to
one.
read.
Yeah, yeah.
Underdogs, aren't they?
Now, I'm pretty sure I saw Messi take a free kick from somewhere like this, and he just hit it dead low, but with so much power,
Yeah.
it didn't bounce, just went straight in the bottom corner. It almost caught everyone out.
And the goalkeeper
What will
being
Yamal do
contested as of
the
yet.
new version of Messi?
Rodri felt
I
he
would
was
say
fouled
of
by
the
Michael
elements
Elise,
that
and the referee
could
has
win the best
concurred
one.
with that assessment.
I don't think fire would be helpful here.
Water,
would
earth.
possibly to lift the ball with buoyancy over the wall,
Yeah.
or wash the wall away completely. But earth would be.
He catches him there, doesn't he? And what do we? bit of bruise tomorrow morning.
Might be a little
Yeah.
bit fortunate not to have picked up a yellow card there. Laporte. This is Fabian Ruiz. Alex Baena looking to squeeze that centrally, took a deflection, and now Elise has started the charge, and Dembele immediately looking to release. Mbappe with a fantastic pass, he shrugs off the defender, they crowd him out, but they still can't deny him. Dembele again. Barcola, Elise. Well, there was some real French fire there, wasn't there?
Well, no, right, Mbappe to keep hold of that ball. He lost control of it about 3 or 4 times. Great break, real pace to it. That ball there is brilliant. Maybe defender could have done a little bit better, but he looks like he's going to lose it there. Gets a little touch, wins it back. Where's the support? This bit of passage, the passage of play after that is brilliant.
Back in play with Dembele. Oyarzabal nudging it to Olmo. Now can't keep it in over on that far side.
I tell you, I think Porro does unbelievably well there to tuck back in. I think he does really well to tuck back in, because Mbappe was getting away from him again after the touch. Excellent defending.
Upamecano finding Jules Koundé. Dembele. Elise, 26 assists for Bayern Munich over the course of the regular season. Already 5 at the World Cup. Dembele. A big cross, but he's found Barcola. Pedro Porro trying to get out to him again. Tchouaméni. The French pressure.
You just feel, you can look down now at the French just having a little, the Spanish back four having a little organisation, talking to each other. When that's happening, you know they're under pressure.
It's the last rodeo for Didier Deschamps. He announced long ago that he's going to hang up his tracksuit after the World Cup. 14 years in charge. He is 1 win away from a 3rd consecutive final of this World Cup. 18, 22, will they be there in 26? A man in history has coached more World Cup games that have ended in victory than Didier Deschamps, 19 and counting. Cucurella. Cucurella found by Ruiz, but it was good marshalling from Dayot Upamecano of Bayern Munich.
I think it's really important that Olmo gets in the game as much as he can, because the 2 centre-backs are just marking Oyarzabal, sorry. They're just marking him, the 2v1, and that allows Digne to go wide, because he's not needed, so he goes wide and gets tight on Lamau, and that's just important that Olmo, if he engages one of the centre-halves, then Digne has to come in. He has to come in and put some support on. It just frees up a little bit more space on that right-hand side for Yamal. If he doesn't engage, then they can just stay where they are.
Interesting to get Ali's view on Oyarzabal. A man who rarely gets involved in the game, really, but has got a fantastic goal-scoring record for Spain. 29 goals and 59 caps.
No, you're absolutely right. His record is fantastic, Sam, but it's one of these situations. You look at somebody like Haaland, who is the best in the business and not been involved in the game and scoring. And while he's very good, I don't think he's Haaland level.
4 goals already at the World Cup for Oyarzabal. Cucurella looking to try and find him with a cross which was just a little bit too big, but Yamal has gone down, and he might get a chance now because It's a Spanish penalty. Luca Digne shakes his head. Deschamps protests. Lamine Yamal down. The referee didn't hesitate. And Spain have been awarded a spot kick after 19.5 minutes.
Well, he's got no idea what's behind him. He has now. And he's just whacked Yamal right in the leg. Now he's leaned into it with his arm. Whether VAR will have a look at that. Maybe Christina can fill us in on that one.
Well, Christina Unkel is looking at the replays. Is there any suggestion here that maybe Yamal handballed it before he was kicked by Luca Digne? That might be the protest.
Yeah, that's a good analysis to take a look at. However, where the actual point of contact is still on the part of the sleeve of Yamal, so therefore it would not be considered part of the hand side of it. It's the back upper side of his sleeve. We're able to see that here itself, so that would not be recalled back for a handling offense. As for the original decision for penalty, the penalty should stay. Unfortunately, it's similar to where we had with Harry Kane, where, you know, a player is already committed into the challenge. However, they still have this onus or this opportunity to not contact. So penalty kick should be the final decision.
Well, the French players are still protesting. Those protests being led by Kylian Mbappe. Mike Mignon is being told to go and get back to his goal line. He has a fantastic penalty-saving record, actually, does Magic Mike. Historically, in league football, has saved approximately 31% of the penalties that he's faced. But Mikel Oyarzabal is Spain's designated penalty taker and their most reliable. And I think that graphic underlines that point. It is the Real Sociedad striker against the AC Milan goalkeeper, and a chance for Spain to take the lead in the semi-final. Huge intake of breath. It's Oyarzabal. It's 1-0 Spain, and France are behind for the first time at this World Cup. And it's Mikel Oyarzabal from the spot who does the damage. Luca Digne disappointed. Mbappe's protest fell on deaf ears, and Spain lead by a goal to nil.
What a finish, what a strike. You can talk about the pros and the cons of the penalty. He was sleeping, Digne, no doubt about it. Yamal comes blindside of him and he kicks his thigh. Probably not enough to put him down, but he goes down and it's a penalty. But the execution, goalie no chance. Brilliant pace and height. Goalie absolutely no chance. What a start for Spain.
Well, he could have dived yesterday and he still wouldn't have got that. There's no doubt about the penalty. There's a full-back there, I've been there, ball's in the air. You've got to know someone's in and around you. So if you're going to hook a ball, you've got to do it knowing that at any moment something's coming in, a leg, a knee or anything. As it happens, it was an arm, but above the handball spot. So definite penalty, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
It's a long way to go yet, fella. I wonder what happens next, because Spain have been very good at keeping teams out at this tournament. The French firepower is something different to try and repel. Interesting to see the approach going forward here. It is hydration break time.
To Korea. It's like they're using Elise like a trick shot. You know,
Yeah.
if you like if you kick a ball or something, it pings into the air, so you can use it as like a way to get it higher.
What?
They're just like the goalkeeper's pinging the
What
ball.
did you say? If you
Well,
use a ball to ping it in the air to get it
You
higher.
put your foot there and kick a ball against it, it flicks up. So you use it for tricks and stuff like that. So they're just using him in the middle of the pitch. So he just puts his foot out and it just flicks the ball over someone's head, so they can get it past. It's fantastic technique.
Also another nice pass. We've seen a number of really nice line breaking passes already.
Always kept it in. Too much on the cross.
Oh, dear.
He's
given a penalty, has he?
That was coming.
Penalty.
The minute he didn't head that was going to happen.
Wow.
Penalty to Spain.
Let's have a look at the replay. I mean, that didn't look super obvious from the broadcast angle.
No, the way Yamal sort of went into it, I wondered if he was going to get fouled the other way. But let's see this replay.
Okay.
That's the mistake. And then that.
Oh. Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul.
You know, that reminds me a little bit of that penalty that Harry Kane gave away, where he throws his foot up without really knowing who's behind him. He does just kick him in the leg there. Pretty straightforward.
It's 100% a foul.
It's one of those that, like, it is 100% a foul and it is 100% a penalty, but it's one of those scenarios where you think the exchange of getting like a 0.8 xG chance from the penalty spot just doesn't really feel like it's a fair trade-off for what's happened here.
But I also think in the penalty box, you can't be that careless. You've got to be a bit more aware of your surroundings.
He was very Lukaku to get the ball.
Hey. Yes.
Hey? Yeah?
Yes. Lamine Yamal, am I right?
Lamine Yamal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Lamine Yamal, actually, that makes much more sense.
Yeah.
They're discussing on commentary whether it could be a handball by Yamal when he wins the ball. I can't say I'm convinced. Oh,
wait.
The referee seems to be signalling something.
He's clearing people out of the box. He's saying get out of the box.
He threw the ball away, which was quite confusing.
Well, he's just he's just that kind of guy.
Yeah. It's a yellow card.
The longer it takes them to take the penalty, the more likely it is that they miss it.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've noticed that every time that the refereeing team has decided now for any of the games since what happened between Argentina and Egypt, someone on Twitter will quote tweet it and say, "Are you serious?" And then I click through.
But there's a huge amount of time to go. There's so much in this game.
Sloppy from Rodri, and Mbappe has taken full advantage. Rabiot. That's an interception by Pedro Porro, and then he and Lamine Yamal got in each other's way. Ali, Spain will be pretty happy with the opening quarter.
I'll be ecstatic. I mean, we did have a fair idea that they would, if not dominate possession, they would have more possession. That's been the case. I just think from France's point of view, they need to play with a quicker tempo, particularly in forward areas.
Marcy suggesting he got the ball, and Mbappe not as convinced. Final decision, throw in.
Defender certainly gets it. Mbappe might get a touch, he probably does, but the defender certainly gets the majority of the touch.
Interesting during that hydration break. Oyarzábal stood in front of one of the sprinklers and just took a drenching of it, as if he needed cooling down. Oh, it's not great.
Well, he has been suffering with a bit of a back injury, has William Saliba, in the build-up to the tournament. It hasn't caused him too much of a problem. He didn't actually train at the weekend, sat it out.
And he just pointed to his back immediately as he sat down.
That is a big, big problem for Didier Deschamps. And Maxence Lacroix is already warming up down in front of us. And it could be two setbacks in quick succession here. Maxence Lacroix, who has been widely linked and touted with a move to Chelsea in the Premier League, was actually a standby man, and then he ended up starting the game when the back flared up in the match against Norway.
Did that game and he was fine, played very, very well. Certainly didn't look out of place.
He's a top player, Maxence Lacroix, and of course was part of that Crystal Palace team that had a very successful couple of years under Oliver Glasner, Community Shield winner, FA Cup winner and Conference League winner. But this is not a great sight, is it, for France? Not only for today, but going forward, and not a great fan. If it great sight if you're an Arsenal fan, Lee Dixon.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, Ali, you can tell with players, can't you? Their faces. You know what exactly, because we've been through it, as in, you know when you've got an injury that's going to last more than a game, or when he looks like a man that's just fearing about the future should French go through.
100%.
Maxence Lacroix with a double slap of the hands for William Saliba, so imperious in that Arsenal defence that won the Premier League for the first time in almost a quarter of a century. Sad and early ending for the Arsenal defender. Koundé almost befuddling himself a little bit there.
What I will say about that Spanish back four is that they've had a really good line. And you know that, the fact that they haven't got behind them, the French, too much as of yet. If you get your line wrong, all of a sudden the ball starts going over the top and you're running back to your own goalkeeper. At the moment, they've done that very well.
Yellow card for Marc Cucurella for his challenge on Michael Olise.
I was going to make a prediction at the start of the game. There was every chance both Spanish fullbacks may get a yellow card today. I wish I'd gone early.
Not exactly
I wish I'd gone early.
Hang on one sec, you're not sticking your neck out there, are you, really, to be fair?
They're both full of personality.
Correct.
Correa and Rabiot on yellow so far as the ball goes straight into the arms of Unai Simon, who has had very little to do. In fact, he was pretty much a spectator in their previous game. And many of them, actually. We were in, checks his watch, Atlanta, I think, earlier in the tournament when they played Cape Verde, and he didn't have very much to do in that game at all, as Cape Verde pulled off one of the shocks of the tournament. He's also made some important saves, Unai Simon.
It's always a good trait to have as a centre-half if you can run 60 yards with the ball like Kubasi just did then. End up winning the throw in the halfway line.
Quite remarkable, really, Pau Kubasi's transition into men's senior football with first Barcelona and now Spain. 19 years of age. Baena trying to force that past Rabiot, held him up well. That's given away.
It's just been a little bit untidy, haven't they?
French sloppy with
They've
their
been
passing.
really untidy, you're right.
This is Dani Olmo. Cucurella, chance to cross, blocked well by Upamecano. That's out for a Spanish throw. Fabian Ruiz, purposeful run. Now Dani Olmo. That's a bit wild from the Barcelona man.
Leading back there all over the place, weren't they?
I think they're a little bit off it, the French. You know,
Yeah.
the ball gets played in midfield then. He's got like 10 yards with no one near him. And just then, Dembele just wasn't interested in marking Olmo on the left wing. Just like, well, let him have it. Just seemed a little bit off it.
Stopped by Kubasi as it was on his way through to Barcola. Oyarzábal dropping deep. It's 5 goals at the tournament now for Mikel Oyarzábal. Baena made a really intelligent run, and Upamecano hasn't followed him, and Baena might get away here, and he's poked that towards goal. I think the offside flag would have spared the blushes of Upamecano anyway.
Gives him a wee nudge. Just as the ball's in the air.
He's just off as
Yeah.
well.
There's a wee nudge coming here as well.
That's the one. That's It's the first time they've really ran behind that high French line.
So adept at tactical changes. Both these two coaches, Didier Deschamps, a little frustrated at the moment that his French team haven't really clicked into gear. Ruiz shoveling it forward. Jules Koundé accused of clipping his heels.
Certainly cuts across him by Anna there. He might have been looking for it.
Saliba, his replacement Lacroix. It's back to Upamecano. Almost. Almost pinched it from Dembele. It goes out to the wide left, and Barcola trying to prise his way into the penalty area. He's got help on the left from Digne. He goes for goal on his own. Well, maybe that wasn't the right option after the Aston Villa fullback had made a really good run.
I think you're right. I think that was a pass back outside. Digne does well. He looks off balance and he goes to hit it. Well, he is, isn't he? Try to get his foot round it, but wrong option.
Oyatharbal's ball into Olmo was elegant. Ruiz finding Cucurella. Oyatharbal's made a run through the centre of the pitch, looking for Baena just to slip him in down that inside left channel. Ruiz, little body swerve away. Dani Olmo looking for room. Ruiz keeps it moving. It's Pedro Porro from distance. No trouble for Mike Maignan in the French goal.
Well, they finally close the ball down, the French. Again, a little ball in just outside the box, and there's no one within 5 yards, and then all of a sudden they converge. Just half a second too late, and they're closing down.
Well, he just walks by Elise. No defensive work at all from him there.
Relatively heavy touch and a poor pass out from Maignan. Rodri, Yamal, Olmo, lovely, into Yamal, Ruiz, just wide.
That would have been one of the goals. Oh, I can't believe Yamal squares it back. I think he's got it all day, he's got to hit with his right foot. Goalkeeper really poor, but from this moment on, this is brilliant from the Spanish. Lovely one round the corner, beautiful little ball round the corner. Nice. You see what he's trying to do, but Upamecano's got that covered. He's got to hit that low and hard with his right foot.
Yeah, you would think so. I'll tell you what, don't take anything away from the defender. It's quite easy to give up there and think he's going to shoot. Upamecano doing his job, just getting a foot in. What a move.
Started with a mistake, but after that was magical. Class header into the air. Comes that for Fabian Ruiz. This cross is a deep one. Baena and Digne will chase for it. Baena keeps it in. Yamal tries to squeeze for a tight gap. I think he may have just caught Digne.
Well, take nothing away at all from Spain because they have been better. I didn't think after 38 minutes we'd be discussing how poor the French have been, and they have been poor.
Should we talk about the shape, though, that Spain have set up? Without a possession, it looks like a 4-4-2, pretty solid. Is that the reason why Pedri has found himself on the bench, do you think?
Well, I think the thing is with the Spanish, when they've got the ball, is they have the ball a long time. And so they drop back in that shape when they lose the ball. They're all very comfortable, and they're all competitive. Get close to the ball, yes, absolutely. But I think Ruiz in there is a big asset for Rodri, because the two of them can just sit nice and tight. They pull the wingers in. Obviously, Yamal on one side doesn't quite come in as much, but I think they look solid, and it all stems from a good back line. The back four has got the line absolutely spot on. They haven't been hit over the top. They can go tight in midfield and press. If that line's not right, the whole team falls apart.
I think you're spot on. I think the fact Rodri and Ruiz have been a different level to Tchouaméni and Rabiot for me. And it's been a big part of the game.
Side against Kylian Mbappe.
See, on that occasion, really high line, but the high line was because there's a huge amount of pressure on the ball and they can afford to do that.
Simon's clearance. Koundé trying to force it forward. Rodri fends it clear. Up it goes to Mbappe. Need a bit of his magic now, France.
I thought it was tight. I thought it was really tight. Oh, it is tight, still tight, probably just off.
Well, we've learnt our lesson before, so we won't write off the French, bearing in mind that we were, all three of us, in the Lusail Stadium in Qatar when they were awful for 60 minutes and 2-0 down, and then almost won the World Cup final.
Well, we'll never forget that, will we? Let's be honest, we will never, ever forget that. That 90 minutes in extra time, and the whole thing was just remarkable. And you're right to make that a very valid point. But what a disappointment they've been so far with 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Having been the standout team of the tournament.
That's, yeah, without doubt. Again, you've got to balance it. Spain have been excellent. They've controlled it just about.
Which we thought they would probably do in terms of possession. But they've looked unruffled, especially since taking the lead through that Oyarzabal penalty after 22 minutes. Ruiz trying to get Yamal into the game again. Barcola, lovely tuck round the corner for Rabiot, Mbappe, and Simon in a foot race, and Unai Simon, his starting position was exquisite.
Absolutely spot on. But he's 2 yards further back to his goal, he's in trouble. But he got it absolutely spot on. His decision-making was really quick. He knew he was going to get there. Just watch it, just pop into your screen. Just about. He's onside, just about now. Here he comes. I'll tell you what. Well, he just got there.
It's brave. It's brave for the goalkeeper, that starting position. It really is. They've obviously spoken about it, but it's absolutely spot on.
Elise's corner. Cucurella went towards it. Everyone missed it. Comes back to Jules Koundé. Upamecano was up there. Simon didn't take charge. He was almost impeded by Oyarzabal. Laporta's gone down claiming a head injury. And the inquest between those two is a friendly one.
Listen, I'm not saying you didn't get a tap on the head, but it's kind of a get-out-free jail card for a defender. If the ball's in and your team's under pressure, you just go down and hold your head. Just gets a little knock there. Miscommunication from the goalkeeper.
I wonder if they'd been smiling like that if it had ended up in the net.
It's your own question.
Sarcasm, boys, sarcasm. Uncontested drop ball is going to be given to France, wide of the penalty area, which means still defending to do for Spain. And now free kick. Ruiz absolutely determined to prove his innocence here.
I don't know about you, Ali, but I followed the ball because I didn't see anything in that. Maybe the replay will show something different. I mean, what's he supposed to do? How's he supposed to get out of the way of that?
He's miles away.
It's never been a free kick.
And I think that VAR has informed the referee of that. Which I'm not entirely sure.
That's not a thing, is it?
Was in our briefing, but anyway. I don't think Ruiz was booked for it. Usually you can only do that if it's in a Case of mistaken identity. Maybe we'll consult with Christina Unkel. Cucurella. But the right decision was made in the end.
Yeah, just the wrong way going about it.
Might have had a few of those.
Brilliant. They're all on it, the Spanish, with and without the ball.
I'm loath to single out, but at least he struggled open 45 minutes. He's been absolutely dynamite for the tournament. He struggled to get going this 45 minutes. And a lot of it's down to the way the Spanish are playing.
They've been excellent in possession of the football. They've baited the French in some senses. And Rabiot has just gone wiring in on Ruiz. And he's already been booked as Rabiot. And 6 minutes of added time.
In this World Cup, that's probably lucky not to get a yellow card there. Not an awful lot of contact, but they've been giving free kicks and yellow cards for that. I was just thinking about Elise and why he's getting in, because Olmo's not dropping in and marking him. He's not just finding the space. I think Rodri and Ruiz are doing a great job, but he still should be finding some space.
Yamal towards Baena. Difficult ball to pull off, but it almost came through to him. This is Upamecano for France. Say into Dembele, given away again by France, whose footwork hasn't been perfect.
Again, sloppy. Giving the ball away too easily.
Be really interested to see what the boys think at half-time, but I think Coney would have been... I was surprised he didn't start, you know.
Yeah,
I really was surprised
he
didn't
played
start.
really, really well. Spain have come better out of the blocks, just like Usain Bolt used to. He's in the house watching, amongst many celebrities that are here today. Koundé. Oh, it was a fizzing cross. Mbappe just couldn't quite get to the end of it. Barcola has kept it alive. Porro's gone out to meet him. Dembele. Tchouaméni. Digne. Rabiot, surely offside, clips it back into the towards Koundé, and eventually it was the referee who gave the offside before the linesman did.
Yeah, the referee just got sick of waiting. I mean, it's obviously offside. They're still in possession of the ball. Just put your flag up. Great ball in, wasn't it? Probably crossed the game so far. No one on the end of it.
Trying to get some defender there. Mbappe, isn't he?
I don't know what you boys think, but I don't think any of those fearsome front line from the French have been as on it as you were expecting them to be.
No. I'd maybe cut Barcola a bit of slack. I think he's been the best at a bad bunch. I say bad, I mean poor performance level opening 45 minutes, because they ain't bad, believe me.
I do think you give the credit to the Spanish.
Here's Yamal trying to get the better of Digne again. Just see that he's got the bit between his teeth. His acceleration there, unsettled Digne, dealt with it eventually. Rabiot helps it forward. Laporte comes to take charge.
Brilliant defending. Had to win it, and he did.
So you give the credit to the back four of Spain. Individually, they've been very good, but the line they've set has been key.
Tchouaméni. Wonder whether we'll see him at the start of the second half.
I'd be staggered. I'd be staggered.
You thinking Manu Kone of Roma?
Oh, I think it's the first I've seen Tchouaméni.
He's had that thigh injury.
Well, he's playing as if he's got one.
The problem is that Rabiot alongside him has already picked up a booking, so you might be loath to take him out. It's a conundrum for Didier Deschamps, because he needs to find a way to get this French team firing. Foul by Alex Baena.
And you make a valid point, because I'm not sure Rabiot can contain himself from getting into a challenge, one or two that he probably shouldn't have been on a yellow card.
You're right to mention it before, Alec. Those two, Tchouameni and Rabiot, nowhere near what Ruiz, Rodri have done so far in this game. Just the level of control and protection they've had.
French loose, and Spain first to it again. Oyarzabal trying to unsettle Upamecano. Koundé. A little turn and swivel by Elisa, that's going to go out. Well, didn't go out before Laporte put it out, according to the assistant on this near side. He's furious about that. Cucurella is arguing he needs to talk himself away because he doesn't want to get involved in anything extra.
Well, it looked out from here. We're right above it, aren't we?
Strange one, that.
I mean, the assistant was pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, he was right.
Barcola. Mbappe tries to go past Olmo and Rodri. India plays it against Rodri. It's repelled to the far side, and there's 20 seconds of stoppage time left at the end of this first half. Michael Elise. Dembele. He's not been at his best either. It's a goal kick, and surely the end of a first 45 minutes that the French would probably rather forget. Well, it's Mikel.
For the evolution of giving free kicks and stuff based on vibes, where like that felt like a goal, therefore it should stand. You know, like an offside, but then they end up scoring a bicycle kick. It should still count.
Spiritually onside.
Yeah.
Indeed. Up you get. No. They're frustrating the French now.
Yeah.
Spain are very good at this, though. They're very good at sort of breaking down games and making it bitty and not allowing you to really get any tempo or momentum. And this is why, yeah, it's such a nightmare for France being 1-0 down like this. Especially in such a sloppy way to concede a goal. There's Usain Bolt in the crowd.
Was that Usain Bolt?
That was.
He looked old.
Well, it's, if you think this last Olympics was 10 years ago.
Is he old?
39.
He's only 39.
Yep.
He looked old.
That is not old. He looked older than 39, I thought.
Oh,
Nice ball across. Can it be kept in? Yes.
Rabiot's there. Oh,
Buckler's on the ball. That's a nice ball.
it's a lovely touch. It's clever.
Oh, yep. Is he on? I think he might be offside there.
Looked off to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Koundé's left one on Cucurella on purpose there.
And then he's run off.
That is a good cross.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a shame that Mbappe wasn't closer to it. Haaland would have scored that.
Mm-hmm.
I think your point about them not being able to get any rhythm is really valid.
Oh!
They come again, Spain.
There we go. Oh. Yes. Laporte's ready to take man and ball there.
Yeah, lovely. Really nice interception, wasn't it?
Fabian Ruiz is so good. Is he free? Oh!
On visage de Provence, quelles que soient nos couleurs.
In order, like, to create chances.
Yeah, I think and that's what we've been saying throughout the tournament, right? Is how much does a system get you off the hook if the players don't have like perfect performances?
Oh, hit the post.
Okay.
That's very rare in this. Thank you.
Dan Preston says.
I'll let you have it back.
Thank you.
Dan Preston says France look like all of their players have been sick in bed. Yeah. Someone's asking about Aldi versus Lidl. I'll let the chat debate that.
Oh.
Someone wants me to ask you, JJ,
Yes.
if, as you say, Spain can't win without Pedri, then how are Spain currently winning?
Well, that's only in this game.
Oh, that's only in this game, okay.
Yeah. In the video game world, you need Pedri. I don't have him, so he seems to have gone somewhere else.
Oh, come on, buddy. Harold Kane.
I want to score.
John Tanti saying he feels like even if France change nothing, they will make something happen. They don't look that bad.
I was just discussing this with Liam Thom in the kitchen just now.
Oh, you're talking to Liam Thom?
And he was saying that as much as France have looked the worst of the two teams, it's not like Spain have been killing them with chance after chance, right? It's kind of the way they're in front is through a really stupid error from Luca Dean.
Yeah, but like,
how do I move?
My worry is more that France
L1 in the right stick.
That France haven't created anything.
Yeah,
that, you know, I think a game like this is always going to, like a game with this few chances is always going to suit Spain more than it suits France, I think.
Definitely. But France do have the individual quality of an Mbappe or a Dembele who can just go, you know, F it, I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah. Someone suggested that I do my weekly shop in Pret, which, to be fair, I kind of do, but just I go 5 times a week instead of weekly.
A daily shot.
Sean Davis says, I think Deschamps is a limited manager when it comes to tactics, and this is his nightmare.
That's the one that goes in.
Yeah. It's interesting to think that someone who's won the World Cup is a tactically limited man. It's a very brave shout.
I mean, I think most people would say that about Deschamps, wouldn't they? Or like limited in the sense that he, you know, he has some basic ideas that he sticks to that work with the amazing players that he has, right? I don't think it necessarily has to be like an insult.
I don't like that my players keep passing.
Yeah,
to your players.
I don't know. I think maybe there's a world in which the more you know, the less you do. I mean, Luis Enrique's talking an awful lot about how he tries to do less and less and less and less and less now.
I think a lot of coaches like to push that idea, though, right?
Well, I'm sure. I mean, obviously,
I think
not
Scaloni's been doing that
yeah.
a bit as well. They do kind of like to push the. Obviously, I don't do anything other than let the players do what they want.
Yeah, there's a reason they play like they do. Yeah.
Why do my players keep passing it to you?
Joe is so fallible to narratives. Before this game, France was the best, and they go down in the first half, and suddenly they don't have enough sources or to score goals and struggle to create. It's called trying to create conversation during a live stream. Thanks, pal.
I wouldn't say it's a narrative as well.
No, do you know this guy though? I've actually seen this guy say really mean things before, so I'm just going to ban him. A permanent ban. Let me just switch accounts so that I can permanently ban that guy, because it's like the third time I've seen him say something rude to one of us.
I feel like you're in quite a banning mood today as well.
I've been in a banning mood all tournament.
Have you?
Yeah, I've done a few bans.
Someone's asked what level of skin peel I'm on. Mostly none now, thankfully. Been using a special kind of moisturizer which has done the trick, but still a little bit on my arms and on my calves, weirdly. I kind of like every morning I get up and have a shower and I'll notice a new bit has started to peel. Sorry,
This
it's
is
TMI.
disgusting. I don't want to know this.
But
Jesus.
it's still going, but it's going away, and it doesn't hurt anymore. So
Someone said Spider has got his prey. Get him in the web. Set the Goblin King on him. Someone
got cut.
There we go.
Someone
did get cut. Yeah, very good. Don't hurt
Won
your
the goal.
wrist slamming that ban hammer.
Put it in the goal hole, baby, yeah. Put it in the goal.
Why did you pass it to him?
Right, Kaya, you're in charge. I'm just gonna.
I'm in charge.
Well, you're in charge of reading the chat while these guys play the game.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
John are in a heated battle.
Engage with the chat, Kaya.
What's your favourite Mikel
Ban
Merino
whoever you
moment,
want,
chat?
by the way.
How do I ban people?
I don't know. Someone will teach you.
Okay.
Just going to ban the entire chat.
Okay. Yeah. I hope you guys are ready for some extreme banning.
I'm missing Yamal and
There's a
Pedri.
question here.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys will notice this from MHOFI4016, who says Laporte has 3 times the number of passes as Kubasi. Do you know why that might be? Is that because of just
He's had the
French
ball more.
pressing or a Spanish tactic, or what do you think's going on there?
I think he's just had the ball more. I don't know.
What was the question?
Maybe they're showing the ball that way.
Why is Laporte getting the ball a lot more than Kubasi, basically? Are Spain kind of utilising their left more than their right?
Oh my goodness.
We'll never know, guys. It was a good question, I thought.
Yeah.
People are asking to be banned. I don't think if you ask to get banned, I don't think that seems fair. I don't like that.
What side's Kubarsi on?
On the right.
So it's probably the side, whichever side. I mean, Mbappe and Elise aren't really going for them, are they? So
Another Kieran McGarry says, what kind of spice do you think Sir Alex Ferguson could handle at Nando's? And then the same question for Sean Dyche.
So Alex Ferguson would 100% be like most folks who drank in the bar I used to work in at home, and they would all be like, "Oh, I didn't like that spicy stuff." So he'd probably have the lowest. I think.
Full lemon and herb.
Maybe lemon and herb, yeah.
What's the latest movie I watched? Someone asked. I watched The Hangover the other day, and it was I've been told the first one was quite good. It wasn't. It was bad.
Hangover.
Yeah.
It's a great film.
I did not like it. I was really underwhelmed. It had some funny bits, but a lot of the humour has not aged well. Yeah.
It's the same for a lot of comedy films.
Also watched the first couple episodes of The Bear season 5 and enjoyed. Oh, John scored.
John's managed to get into this.
Oh, John scored twice.
Celebrations with R1L line. Sorry. Probably shouldn't be messing around for so long. That's my usual thing I do.
Am I fine? I think we'll see tomorrow if I'm fine, David Ashmore. I don't think so right now, but that's separate.
You might win this.
What does John think
This is
of
really annoying.
Leeds losing all their goalkeepers?
I've been
John?
messing about the whole game. No, John's winning.
Oh, it's 3-2.
Yeah.
This is what you did against me.
I
You
went 2-0 up and
underestimated me.
started messing about.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
From now on, though, John, JJ will continue to beat you mercilessly in this game,
Well, now I just can't.
and it will crush your spirit.
I can't take it for granted. Oh no, I've absolutely ruined it.
John, what do you think of the Leeds goalkeeping thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I think the only misstep that the Leeds recruitment team took last season was with goalkeepers, and for some reason they've sold off their goalkeepers this time round, which is kind of
It's a new tactic.
So who's gone? Darlow and Meslier have gone
Yeah, Darlow's gone to Man United and Mellier's gone to
Arsenal. See, chat, I managed to turn the conversation to Arsenal.
the Meslier one is weird because I don't even think he counts as homegrown. I think he was.
Does he not?
I don't think he does.
Okay, David Raya counts as homegrown, so they've kind
Right,
of
so
got
maybe
one of
it
those.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Darlow obviously is. I guess he's homegrown. I don't know how you define it.
Fine to put the game on again, are we, Jimmy? Yeah. Nice.
Someone's asked, can kayak? Yes, I have done in the past. JJ, Niall Quinn says, what is your favourite Pro Evo game?
4, I think is my favourite. 6 is also a very good option. 5 often gets missed, but I think 4 was the most fun arcadey one. But I go right back to, I would include International Superstar Soccer, which is of the same development production team, and ISS 98 and ISS 64 were both phenomenal games. That's my comprehensive answer.
Do you feel as though those games sort of went through a turn where they tried to make them super realistic?
Yes, I think
They
they were
both do it at the same time.
I think part of the limitations made them fun.
Yeah.
And then, because you always wanted there to be more, now you've kind of got everything. I think FC like 26, I think that's really fun to play. And I play that at home. And I find it much more fun than some of the other versions of it. Like I swapped to Pro Evo again a while ago. I played all the FIFA games when I was younger, all the Pro Evo games, and I went like full Pro Evo. I went back to it recently. And now I'm fully back on the AFC.
I remember some of the early Pro Evos being very fun precisely because they were arcadia, like you said.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And it was just fun and quick and like poppy, right? And now it feels like it's just
you don't need tactics. You don't
just
need,
gone into realism like to an extreme extent, right? Where it just feels slow compared to other computer games, right?
Yeah, though when I play EA Online, I end up in a lot of like 5-4s and 5-3 games. And that's quite arcadey.
Yeah.
Which that is what I'm for.
I'm going to do the first part of the first half in the...
Miss, you ready, John?
He's off to the tactics cupboard. Here we go.
Game is back underway.
Oh, here we go. It's a lot of
March
comments.
2024. That sequence also includes games that they lost on penalties.
You mean in the live chat?
Portugal in the
Yes.
Nations League final. The
Some
Netherlands in
people
the same
suggesting that
competition prior to
I should
that.
ban
But that is
anti-Arsenal.
some run without losing
Comments I
in 90
should
minutes.
ban.
It shows how effective a team this has become.
People who disagree with my film takes.
Well, you don't have any film takes.
Upamecano under
You
pressure.
haven't seen any film.
That's not
Fine,
true.
couldn't
I
they?
saw The Hangover the other day,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't like it.
Elise. Cucurella has to be careful. Does enough to nudge it back to Laporte.
I think it's 37 competitive games in Spain as well, Sam, to the last defeat.
Yeah.
Oh!
They're not unbeatable, but you have to go right to the very wire if you're going to get something from them. And Didier Deschamps will know that.
I was at that game, the final one they could beat, just to let you two, you know.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
No, where was it? I'm trying to give you a clue here.
Is it Wembley?
No, quite the opposite.
Oh, I felt like that was going to sneak through for a moment.
Scotland beat them 2-0. Come on, you two.
No, I knew, I just didn't want to say.
Waking up the period.
It's not as etched into my memory as it is yours, clearly.
Sure. A little bit late there, Rees, wasn't he?
No foul from Rodri.
He's having a struggle, isn't he? Digne is definitely having a struggle.
Yamal, who's been part of that. One of the reasons for making that struggle real. Porro quietly has had a good game down this right-hand side as well. Oyarzabal linking. Yamal trying to escape from Barcola. Felt he got contacted there. Referee didn't point to a free kick, and France emerged with the ball. Mbappe trying to find Barcola. Kubasi was well positioned.
Continues in the second half. Too many blue shirts passing to white shirts. Just giving the ball away, trying to make little things happen and not finding the pass.
Kwa has been penalised here for the foul on Oyarzabal. Yeah, Deschamps is not happy.
Larges into him, doesn't he? Yeah. Needless, silly. Give him an opportunity to go down, he'll go down.
It's the one Yamal wanted a foul for.
It's not, is it?
No, normal circumstances, give him a yellow card as well. Diving.
The referee needs this shaken up a little bit in the second half. I hope he's brought his spray with him this time. Here is Yamal, in behind the defence again. Just took the ball a little bit too far into the path of Mike Maignan, but the offside flag had gone up anyway, went a little bit early.
Yeah, he doesn't need to go early, does he? How quick he is. He can just stay on the touchline. He doesn't need... Digne is not going to get anywhere near him in a straight race. So just stay onside. You're looking at his shoulder, stay behind him.
Kone running into trouble now. Ruiz has been excellent so far, almost gave the ball away, but very quickly and calmly wins it back and in composed fashion finds his goalkeeper. Whatever Spain do, they will always remember that Mbappe and Dembele, two players who can always cause damage, are still on the pitch. Barcola too. They've got Doué, who could come off the bench. France, the depth of the attacking battalion is something to behold. Cucurella.
Woof.
Baena.
Why do I have Tom
Finding
Jones song in my
Oyarzabal.
head?
Looked
Is
to
there
flick
any
that to
reason?
Olmo.
Are you
Didn't
singing
quite
it?
work, but he's still got room for a
She's
shot
got
here.
style, she's got grace, she's
Probably was afforded too much room to get that shot away.
Is it in your
Well, he got the
taxi or
break,
something?
didn't he? Because he
I
didn't
think so.
intend it.
I think it's
to
that
come
unusual.
back that
to-
way. He's looking for a corner, but it didn't look as though there was a touch there.
That all started, that
There's
move,
usually a reason.
Cucurella getting free on that left-hand side because Dembele coming
Who knows why
inside.
I'm thinking of that song.
Elise
Why,
come inside.
why?
There's no discipline.
Why?
You think
You just have free run all the way down that left-hand side.
Delilah. Blah, 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 blah.
Mentioned the attacking battalion
What
as
a
Usain
tune.
Bolt starts taking selfies.
Oh, that touch to take him on. That's so good. Oh,
As the
Cucurella
man
did
he's
so well as
taking a
well.
picture with.
So quick, really strong.
Trying to figure out a way to work, well, the song that has the word bomb in it.
I
into a
mentioned the
conversation
attacking
with
battalion that they have,
Tom Jones song.
France, but
Oh,
what you
eggs
don't want to
bomb.
do is
Eggs
get to the
bomb.
point
Fun
where
bomb.
you use it after
Fun
the game
bomb.
has already slipped you by.
Correct.
Didier Deschamps sat pensively.
Brilliant. Shani McLean,
Considering
Pierre
who
reveals,
thought,
and now moving
what can I
forward
do
under pressure from Barcola, who did well
change the
enough to put him off,
fortunes of
actually.
France.
Yeah, brilliant for his
Despite
mate,
his
I tell you,
limitations.
because
Despite
Digne
my
was out of
tactical
it.
limitations.
Despite my tactical
Well done,
limitations, what
Barcola.
can I do?
Quick enough, wasn't he?
Are there any other vibes I can summon?
Digne has made that left
Oh,
fullback
that
position his
Goodness
own.
me.
It could have been sore.
That did look a little bit dangerous.
The trouble with these now is when he gets opportunity to go tight on him,
Fabian
he's
Ruiz
going
says,
tight
no,
thinking he's safe.
I did nothing.
Mal's so good at just rolling you. He just likes to feel you straight behind you.
Oh, he did
tight on
something.
the touchline,
No, I think his
just
foot came
rolls you
down
the
before.
It's
outside
all right.
or the inside. He looked
Yeah.
like to
He sort of slipped
stick
into
or
him.
twist at the moment. Full back.
That looked like a little nudge there, to be honest.
So that's a good battle, I think.
Inside first time? Second time.
Elise. Digne finding Barcola.
Ian
Two goals
Thomas is
already at the
asking Joe, are you
tournament
excited
for
for the Odyssey
Tony
film?
Barcola.
Yeah,
Elise
Friday.
trying to find him again.
Friday.
Little
I'm not
flick into
excited,
Mbappe.
but I'm going to see it on
Mbappe
Friday.
trying to
Why
get
aren't you
away
excited?
from Fabian Ruiz.
Why am I not excited?
Yeah.
Well, because much like
Teammates at PSG.
England playing France in a World Cup final, there's much more
Dembele.
to lose than there is to win. I
George
mean,
Koundé. Didn't
It's
fancy
3 hours
trying to
of
get on the
time.
end of that one.
well, possibly. I'm a Chris Nolan fan. I like Chris
playing
Nolan's
now.
movies,
Said his name for
but
about
I don't
half an
like
hour.
the casting of this film.
You don't like
the only reason I'm
It's a
going on
moment for
Friday
him to
morning is because
come
it's
alive,
the earliest
but
showing I could
only
see.
18
so that I can watch
touches
it
so
before I'm
far, which is the
infected by
least of
what
anyone
everyone
on the
else thinks
pitch.
about it. That's the main reason I'm going. Not so that I can talk
Can he do
about
more
it,
to get into the
simply
game?
so that I can get it out of the way
Get some thoughts.
and then avoid having to listen
If he's
to
got to drop off, can find some
every
pockets,
goddamn
find a bit of
film
space.
bro, you know?
Well, I know what we're doing on Sunday.
Will you have seen it?
No, I won't have
So
seen
you
it.
haven't seen any
Sunday.
films,
Bappe
so-
looks up,
No.
he sees him number 16
No.
It's
shirt.
a bit long
just
for
in
you,
front
isn't
of
it?
him.
Given
There's
that
no way
usually
for
you
him to
watch
pick
films
that
that are
pocket.
0 minutes long because you haven't actually seen it.
Elise.
Well, that's why The Hangover
Out
appealed.
wide this time to
Under 2
Barcola, who
hours.
looks to try and get the
Superb.
run on
Under 2
Porro,
hours.
who did just
More
enough to lean
films need
into
to be
him,
under
and
2 hours, I
could
would say.
rely on his
Most films
goalkeeper
are
to come
under
out
2
at
hours.
rapid
Yeah.
speed.
But these days,
These days,
I think
like-
it's
Oh my word, he's in!
Sharp. It's not a great touch,
Oh,
that.
he just couldn't get it under
Clearly
control.
wants to take
He
it
tried
wide,
very
It was
hard.
offside
wider.
as well.
That was cool though. I liked it. Let's have a look at this replay. Oh, he is
Way offside.
Nibble through Upamecano on Alex
Oh, that's
Baena,
offside.
and there is going to be a
Lovely little
change
bit
here
of
for
attempted
France.
control there with the
And it's
back
no
foot.
surprise that Desiree Doué is about to come on. Forlorn French fan looking from distance.
Christopher Nolan should do a remake of, or just make Captain
Carlos
Planet.
spared
Oh yeah.
free
Yeah.
kick because of the offside
He should
flag.
also do He-Man.
I think that's sort of taken
They
there.
just did it, didn't they?
Yeah, not like Nolan, no. They did Batman 1,000 times before Nolan did it the way he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's appetite for more He-Man.
Oyarzabal.
Sorry?
Do you think
Flicked
there's
away
appetite for
beautifully.
more He-Man?
Sure.
It's Spain on the front foot again.
the
There's
power.
space out towards the left. Cucurella makes a run on the outside. Fabian Ruiz tries to lift it into the path of Oyarzabal.
Again, he's got a willing
Looked like
run
he
on
did
the
try to do a
outside
little
on there,
back
lads.
Would have been very nice.
Well, I watched the producers
Barcola
last night.
off and
Oh, yeah?
Doué
Which was
on. It's a regular
obviously
change we've seen at
Absolutely
PSG.
mental. It's so much fun. Gene Wilder is
Desiree
the
Doué.
best. Like
Comes
any
on
film
for his
that's
14th
filmed like
cap.
it's a play.
Got his shirt back for the
It's one
quarter-final.
of
Was
my
France's
favourite,
best attacker against Morocco in many people's
Cover
eyes. A
enthusiasm.
little bit surprised he wasn't on the pitch from the start.
When Larry does it.
Very good.
Yeah, well, obviously I watched
wrong
the
with that?
original one.
Might be a bit of roughing up to be done here from Porro.
Yeah.
If you let this lad settle, he can rip you.
Noah Lyles alongside him.
Just a reminder that I am older
The
than
one who
Usain Bolt.
drew the penalty, wasn't he, against
You're
Morocco
older
and
than
slid
Usain Bolt.
Mbappe in
Correct.
for the opener. Now charged with a rescue act.
I guess my wife is older than Usain Bolt. That doesn't make any sense either. I'm married to someone older than Usain Bolt.
I mean, that's a
I
perfect
don't like
example
that.
of Rodri just running the show there.
Oh, it's good touch for you, man.
He governs games,
That's
that
so
boy.
nice. The
Here's
speed
Olmo.
is
Oyarzabal should have been played
Well done,
earlier.
the back
Surely,
level.
yeah.
That's
Is he not given a foul for that?
It's not a foul. Just tracked him all the way back.
Shuffling
Oh,
onto
you
his
doing?
left
What are you
foot.
doing?
Rodri joins the party.
That's brilliant.
Digne away.
This is the thing. There's a few players who've tried to take on their man and they haven't been able to do it, and then you just go like, oh, actually, I'm equal
Olmo
here.
tries to get
There's
it down
very
the corner.
minimal
Pedro
benefits.
Porro!
You know, all the things I'm amazing at, there's very minimal difference between that and what he it cancels it out. But Yamal has just learned that he can absolutely burn his way past Digne fully, so they can just try and use that a bit more. But at least they can't get past Cucurella too fast. Maybe you can trick him, but that's not ideal. Mbappe's got the run, but they're closing him up pretty quickly.
Well, I was just talking about Porro's role as a fullback. What about as a right winger? Absolutely brilliant. Olmo on the edge of the box.
If you watch the way
There's a
Lucier
wall.
sees there,
He
sees
gets
the ball coming
clattered.
towards him, he knows he's going to look good.
But it's a great finish
First touch.
from the
There he is
fullback.
again.
He's got his
Yes.
hands full with a new winger.
Yes.
Brilliant.
He's taking a rest
No.
now with his hands up, celebrating 2-0. Is this too much now
Oh.
for this French team? And here it
Too
is.
much on that.
Just watch Olmo, edge of the box.
I don't know that there was. I just think there was already
Porro
too far
plays
up
it,
the
gets it
line.
back,
Yeah.
gets a clatter, and then he just
Maybe
lifts it.
Especially further
Superb,
offside.
Ali.
Brilliant.
Maybe it was the
Really poor
timing of the
defending.
run or timing of the pass.
Coney and the two substitutes completely switch off when he plays the first ball. He plays the first ball to Olmo and he's on his bike
Good first touches.
and he splits the two defenders. But boy, when he gets the space, the composure, the side
passing
foot,
them wild.
not sure he's a right back finishing like that. What a finish, what a goal.
You might be surprised to know,
Oh, it's a
but
foul.
it's only his second
Isn't it?
international
He
goal.
kicks his back of his leg.
Both of them at this tournament. I think Lee Dixon wants to take you to task
Well, at
about
least that was
right backs
perfectly
finishing.
in
Just
the,
can't believe you
middle
just said
of
that.
the-
Michael.
See, they're just defending that so well.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
and
can't.
see
The
what-
back's doing really well for Spain.
very alert to it as well, right?
Got another one
A
in
couple
the
of shouts
studio
in
as
the
well,
chat,
remember?
and I do quite like it for Mateta.
Yes, trouble.
Yeah.
Just changes the game completely.
Well, France have
It
come
actually
back
worked
from
well.
difficult
In place of
situations.
who?
I mentioned that Nations League match
Barcola,
between the two, the semi-final,
Right.
where
Mbappe off the left.
France were 4-0 and 5-1 up
Right, Doué.
at one stage.
It's Doué, though.
Still, they had to
Yeah.
sweat
Probably for
towards the
Barcola as
end.
well,
Sorry,
I'd imagine.
Spain were 5-1 up at one stage, and France came back at them. Is there any way that France can haul this back at this tournament, on this stage, with this pressure?
No, not in the evidence of what we've seen. Absolutely. Today, on the evidence of what we've seen in the tournament,
that was best.
potentially, but in what we've seen today, no.
And like 10 minutes has gone by, and it's still a lot of time. But
They've not
by
played
about 65, you're like,
well
uh-oh.
enough. They've not put
Yeah.
5 passes together.
And
let
I feel,
alone
if
score a
anything, I
goal.
feel like
When
the most
when
likely team to
those
score the next goal is Spain.
players
No,
still on
I
the
feel like.
pitch.
Do you think so?
Mbappe
Yeah.
No, I feel like.
Hardly been in the
Oh,
game at
what a
all.
touch.
And again here.
And here's Yamal, speeding away,
Yes,
looking to
beautiful
face up the
ball on
goalkeeper,
shoulder.
chops
This is
inside.
Fantastic.
Offside
Did he overlap?
flag denies him. He was
Oh.
ready to burst into celebration before the referee and the assistant conspired
Okay, here comes
to
Desiree
stop him
Doué.
in his tracks.
My initial reaction was he went a split second
I
there.
wonder what he's saying to himself.
No doubt,
I
another
left
look
the
at
other
it.
one.
I could be wrong, but I thought he went
I
just a
left the
split
other
second
one
too
again.
early.
I must stop doing
Over
that.
the finish though. Dear me.
Tell you what, Ali, as well, doesn't need to go early, does he?
No, but you're right with that.
He'll learn.
Shane.
I mean, he's still learning the game, and he'll learn that just to hold your run a little bit.
Subs remaining 2. What, they've only made 2
19th
subs. haven't
birthday
Kone
yesterday
came at
for
half-time
Lamine
for
Yamal.
Rabiot.
they? Oh, so he did.
This is just.
Oh, because
Just
Rabiot
watch him
kept
now.
trying to get himself
He
sent
wants
off.
to run on the back of him.
Look how tight that is.
It's a shoulder, but he knows he's got the making of Digne. Doesn't have
That's
to
actually
go.
probably
He
a
can run on
sensible
his back,
choice,
yeah,
'cause
but just bend your run a
Spain
little
would
bit
just
more.
try and get him sent off.
I think they were doing that by the end
Yeah.
of the first half as well, right? There was that
It's not
Fabian
worth the
Ruiz
risk,
incident.
Oyarzabal chasing down Max
I just don't know how
Ensler.
Fabian Ruiz can be so
The
good
next goal in
for
this
so
game,
long
absolutely
that
pivotal.
he does this. It's such a difficult job, constantly being like put under
That
pressure,
last one might have been.
having to constantly turn, receiving at weird angles, and then
France
never
will
ever
feel
gives it
as
away.
if
Oh, he doesn't fancy the ball, no?
they've got enough firepower to test
Yeah, I wonder, I'd love to see a different angle of that.
this Spanish back line.
Well, the fact of the matter is,
The
Sam, they
BBC
have.
angle, the
There's no doubt
you
about
can see all
that.
the players that they see.
Whether they can get it going.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
should do
question.
that. We should do that for that Hall and
Emergency
Solar
situation now.
chance.
Cucurella has just
Oh,
stolen the
Still
ball
a
off of a
raging debate
napping
about-
Elise.
Oh, here it is.
in. Porro's made it 2-0.
Oh,
Spurs legend Pedro
Out wide
Porro.
is Alex Baena.
you're right, Joe. They were the most likely to score.
Wow.
You had to
I know
ruin
nothing.
I mean,
It's a
this
bad-
now though is like this is
This is,
serious. This
again,
is
another problem
serious
right
with
now,
all
France.
capital letters at this stage.
Yeah.
Trying to get the ball back.
I wonder if we're seeing the team that's going to be in the final now.
I think we might be.
Aberdeen are really weirdly lined up with France.
Is it
Has it gone 2-0
2-0
again?
It's 2-0 Aberdeen also.
Did Pedro Porro score for Aberdeen?
Or at least they're right back.
No, it was Kevin Nisbet, but
Is he a right back?
He is Ali as well.
no, he's a
wouldn't he?
forward, Kevin
You've
Nisbet.
got a player like Yamal on your team.
Wow.
You've got a player
about
like him.
that?
When you give him the ball, the
Pedro
back line
Porro
drops
in
as
a
well,
World Cup
because they're scared of him.
semi-final.
I mean, look at
After a
Dini's
season where his
absolutely
team
petrified
finished
at the moment, So he's
17th.
dropping himself. He doesn't want to go too tight. He wants to try and give himself space. Whole back line drops. All of a sudden, they're in control again, Spain.
It's also the beauty of the way that Rodri and Ruiz work in tandem. Rodri intercepting there, almost losing the ball, and then Ruiz backing him up. Lovely touch by Yamal. Every little example of skill from the 19-year-old generates a frisson of electricity inside the stadium. Digne's going to get there first ahead of Porro, and again it was another vital interception.
That is funny.
Mbappe.
It's nice to see him shoot from inside the box.
Still going Mbappe, and Unai Simon has had to make a save for probably the first
This-
time.
yeah,
really.
these- see, no one goes with him. But why would you? Into the box.
Upamecano just
It
kind of
doesn't go
freezes
with,
as well.
They
off
both
the
just let
bar,
him
right?
go.
Due lets him go.
Yeah. But they both sort of let him go.
Yeah.
Oh, bit of space here for Digne. Spanish defence just
Digne
switching off
knows.
momentarily.
It's a really
Free
nice
kick
second
almost
touch there
called
as
them
well,
out.
just to create the angle straight away before he even looks, right?
That's happened to me a lot of times in football where someone's run past me and I've gone, I should probably track him. It'll be fine.
And then
And then they
it's
end
too
up
late.
scoring. Yeah, it's happened a few times.
Elise,
Wow.
flicked by Chouameni, never troubling anyone.
How about that?
Well, listen, Joe, you've got about 35 minutes to convince yourself that you wanted England to play Spain in the final.
Right.
So,
France has 30 minutes to get my
Well,
correct
those
score.
moves actually are not for Gianni
I'm
Infantino.
I'm watching this and thinking
On the big screen in front of us, the Dallas Cowboys owner, Jerry
that
Jones,
England
was
will
flashed
struggle
up.
against the Spain team.
Couldn't work
I
out
think
whether
you're
they were
right.
boos or they
But I
were
think England would
cheers.
struggle against both of these teams.
Either way, it wasn't for Infantino.
But listen, World Cup final, France are 2-0 down,
By the way,
Mbappe
that was
had
a
barely
big
had a
screen,
touch
isn't it?
last tournament.
I've been in Ali's house.
Oh my gosh.
Germany in defence.
Your house on that screen.
Mike Magnon with some
West Wing, though, isn't it?
dangerous play there. All right, France now have to just go 100
Lacroix.
miles an hour, don't they? Isn't that how it works?
Given away
Oh,
by
that turn's
Conan.
outrageous.
The
Yeah,
bubble is closed out
wonderful.
by a combination of Lacroix.
It's hard to go 100 miles an
The
hour.
substitute.
Like the Spanish team are essentially taking the wheels off their car.
Yeah. But if you've never gone 100 miles an hour in a car without wheels, then you've never played Grand Theft Auto 5 or whatever it is. Oh my God, they're in
Kunde.
again!
Miles in.
Go on, Yamal, go on, go on.
It's
Oh!
it's offside.
No,
Mbappe.
he's not offside. Oh, you
Kone to
stop
Desire
it!
Doué.
Why is he offside? That was such a good finish.
He's convinced he's not.
Perfect, which
Come
meant that allowed
on.
Pedro Porro to nip in and put it out for a throw.
That was a brilliant goal.
That was such a good finish.
There's his little brother.
All right, let's see the replay. Oh, we're not even seeing
No.
the replay.
Why would we want to see a replay?
No replay.
I'd rather see more shots of Yamal waving his finger.
It's rigged.
Mbappe,
Wow.
bit of room for the first time, and his shot is
That was
narrowly
that
wide,
was
but it
such
took a
great
deflection.
finish. I love
That's
the
gonna
lift
be a
on it
corner.
as well.
Yeah, it's a
the
good
curve.
deflection as well, because he's in space.
Cucurella again.
He's been brilliant.
Okay, here we see it
His
now.
positional play and his decision to
Yeah,
go
he's offside,
tight,
isn't he?
to
Yeah.
drop
Yeah,
off
just-
smart space.
It's a shoulder off, yeah. That's what
Fantastic.
Dixon says. Oh, what a finish though! I think that's
Elise.
spiritually onside.
Doué. Desiree Doué.
Look at that. That is so
Catch
smart.
it that time, might get it the second time. Little back heel to
I wonder
Michael
if this everyone's
Elise,
written off
takes it
Spain,
away
like,
from
including
Porro.
me sort of thing.
Dinia's
I'm
cross,
not being
Simon will
irrelevant here,
grab
but
that.
I just was convinced France would win this. I wonder if that was also in the France
Quick
team's
release up
minds.
to Yamal. Mike
If they go
Manuel's
into
got
it
to
with
do.
Pressure.
So if they go
Central
into it
defender's
thinking
job
like
and does it
we
well.
are it, like
see.
we've got it. This is ours.
Excellent.
So that's the thing. Oh, the cameraman just changes setting.
Mbappe.
We just went back to 1994 for a
Makes the
second.
inside run. Mbappe keeps going, but the offside
Mandela
flag is up. Well, officially,
Yeah, so
when
it
he
could be
went down the
like
left-hand
Spain have
side,
got
drove the
the,
ball in
they can
towards
pin
the
up in
near
the
post. That
dressing
went down
rooms
as
where
a
everyone's
cross.
saying they're going
It
to
means
ease
that
it,
France
beat
are
you.
still
It
to
does
have
give
a
you the
shot on
extra
target.
bit.
Yeah, has there ever been a more dominant World Cup side?
You wouldn't have said
Question
that
asked.
after what we played now. 65,
I mean,
70
even now
minutes.
though,
67.
as we just saw,
you
Cucurella
couldn't get better
eased
than that, could you?
a France player off the ball. I mean, Spain are
Spain 8
completely
shots, 2 of them
controlled
on target. Both of them have ended in
I
goals.
don't see where the comeback begins at this stage. It feels like the only way back into this game for France would be to kind of nick a goal from somewhere.
I think
And then-
I think desperation and the urgency will kick in about
They
15, and
improved
then they'll get close.
dramatically in the closing
I think they'll get
22
one.
minutes.
Yeah.
Then Didier
And
Deschamps
it'll
is
suddenly feel a bit
here as
weight.
the head coach. He's going
France
to
could
end
get a
in
goal
Miami
now,
in the
it'd make a
bronze
really
match on
tasty
Saturday,
final.
Yeah.
rather than at the third successive World Cup final, which he had his eyes
Well,
on.
this is the
Popping it about.
resilience we've seen from other teams.
Sunday and Bayern are just getting a little
We've
bit
seen one
tetchy.
turnaround from two.
Exactly what I was
down
going to say.
in
You
terms
can
of
sense the
Argentina.
frustration coming
Was it
in now from
Argentina
the French.
against
Egypt.
No, Egypt.
Just
Was it?
puts his
Yeah.
body in front, take the free kick all day there.
That's recreatable.
What do you
Let's
think's
see.
going on through a player's mind?
I
when
don't
he does
know.
that?
What a
I don't even know
ball.
what he's thinking.
Cucurella has to be a little bit careful,
I like
but not as
the,
careful as
the
the French
narrative here,
need
though,
to
if
be if
Spain
they
do
want to
win,
reach the
that
World
it's,
Cup
you know,
final,
it's
which is
the-
live on
the elite team
ITV1 and
without the kind of
STV.
super-firing
This Sunday
superstar
night,
player.
the kickoff is 8 p.m. Whether it's
That's maybe
Spain or France, whether it's England or Argentina. It'll be live with us. We're really
Oh,
looking
that
forward
is
to it. The three
so
of us will
good.
be
He's
back
unlucky.
together in New York, New Jersey
had,
on
like, very few
Sunday
options there that weren't
evening. And back
bad.
in the studio in Brooklyn, Mark Pugac has
Yes, bad
the
one.
thoughts of the
Mbappe,
four
yeah.
wise
But-
men.
It's got to do something.
But oh,
Okay, France got a corner. Now, Jude Bellingham would score 2 goals on his own, right? We were all agreed on that.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. Mbappe's
Well,
the same
3.
sort of creature, isn't he?
Dan Burn would get the 3rd goal.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, England at set pieces against the Spanish.
Does Luka Digne still play for Aston Villa?
He's moving to PSG.
Just about to move to PSG.
He's moving to PSG.
Yeah,
To Paris Saint-Germain.
they agreed a deal.
What was the deal? How much are Aston Villa paying? Isn't he 100 years old?
He's also been at PSG before.
Was he?
Yeah, he came through there, I think.
I did not know that. Maximum disrespect from me, obviously. Oh, it's the lads. There they are again. Xavi
got a-
Hernandez in the top right.
Getting
Less
booed,
than
like.
£10 million release clause for Digne.
Hmm?
Less than 10 million.
Sorry, I was just listening. I was listening to the commentary. The comment because there was a big boo there,
Oh, yes.
but it wasn't the commentary team making it clear that it wasn't for Infantino. It was Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys owner, appeared on the screen.
Mm.
Suspect timing,
You have to come through
ITV.
some form of game like this, and what are France going to give us? They've got 25 minutes.
I mean,
I feel as
although
though
they
the
didn't win the
boos were
World Cup final, they
spiritually
did come from
for
2
Infantino.
down,
Well
similar
played.
circumstances. Mbappe led it.
And the thing is, we know that they haven't turned up today, but they've still got players on the pitch that can turn a game very, very
32
quickly.
years
Oh,
old.
he's in
each.
trouble.
You're getting your wish, I think. Theo Hernandez is coming on, Gary. I think that almost certainly means that Diaz
like
coming
Kone,
off.
yeah.
Turkey's
It's
coming
great,
on
isn't
Yeah, he's
as
good.
well. So
He's got to gamble now.
it is. You've got to gamble.
I hadn't watched
But I
him
know beginning about
before.
the Spanish got like one of the best moves of football.
I've watched
that
him
I
like
know what
every
is
single
1-2s.
transfer window because he
It
always
just-
comes up to simple transfers things,
Right.
and then I forget what he does every single time. Oh, that's the run of Digne. He plays him in now. Nope, it's the wrong order. They're
Yeah.
making bad choices. This is the first game where I think France's midfield has not been that you've noticed their passing choices aren't it. I like the balance of them behind the front four, but they're struggling even to get it into them now. Other than here,
Kieran McGarry saying Infantino is a spiritually offside person.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's pretty just wide.
Is it a corner? Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Explanation for the
Good
way they're
block to
playing,
Correa.
Sam, to be honest with you.
Cucurella's
They
been
look a
outstanding.
shadow
Real
of
Madrid
the team
teammate, of course.
that we've watched the
Of
tournament
course.
so far, and I keep saying we've got to balance it because Spain
that's
have
it.
been terrific. They've totally controlled it.
I think we're going to see
What a
Ferran
ball that
Torres
is.
very shortly.
Come on, have a shot.
Oh, so many bodies in the way.
And Elise were the two men that came off there.
Ooh, that's the kind of
Obviously,
Yeah, the late
penalty,
side.
isn't it?
the match
Just to
of
the
the
box.
tournament, he was absolutely on
Easy
fire.
Mateta for
Lee
that.
Dixon, but I think even in the last
Takes the
couple of
middle when
games,
you're
Oh, they're going quick.
teams have
Miles
rised up to
away,
him
will
and
he
he
make
hasn't
it?
had the same
Simon
level of
Sue,
impact.
Oh!
Michael Elise.
good sweeping, Mignon.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Mignon's so good with passing.
Players
nod
dipping
down.
and out of form.
What a
He's
ball.
been exceptional. He's had an exceptional
He's done
season.
that.
Straight to his
Big
feet.
stage. Sometimes you just run out of gas. Or
No,
think
he's not offside, is he?
We
get
ref.
onto your
Referee,
case a
there's
little
no
bit.
advantage
Can't quite
here.
get
Come
the whole of
now.
the French team has been off today. It's not easy when you're an individual, as the boys said.
When's the drinks break, by the way? Isn't it?
Should be about now.
7:68.
Fabian Ruiz away.
Oh,
Oyarzabal trying to get the better of
So
Upamecano
close.
and succeeding. Spain do what Spain do now, then they will be in the World Cup final for the first time in 16 years.
France have not had a shot on
He knows
target,
it.
I think she said. Oopsie daisy.
yeah, I don't think they have. I can't
Figures
recall
got
one.
out because everything Spain are doing is good and everything the French are doing is broken. So two things have to change.
He's rolling around on the floor.
Oyarzabal, who got the opener from the penalty
He'll
spot,
be fine in a
comes
second.
off
Oh, he's fine. There we go.
after registering his 5th goal at the tournament. And
Otherwise, he would
on
have to go
comes
off.
Ferran Torres.
A remarkable recovery.
Just realising the downside as the
Barcelona.
ITV commentary team talk about how if the result stays the same, France will play in the 3rd place playoff on Saturday. Just realising that if we don't beat Argentina, we're going to get hammered by
Really gets
France.
judged to have
Well,
gone
we could,
a little early in his
now here's the
advance
real
beyond the
test of
French
the beat the best,
defence.
be the best theory.
Yeah.
If we go to it now, we should lose to Argentina to play France in the 3rd place playoff, and then the winner of that game is the true winner.
Yeah.
Be the best, be the best. Hydration break.
I'm going to get my charger from my laptop. Please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please hold off. Oh no, there's a charger here.
Yeah, use mine, man.
Okay, I'll wait for John anyway. I think he'll like this one.
Bronze feels, colour-wise, certainly closer to gold as well than silver.
Duo.
That's true.
So it makes more sense.
That is true. Okay, there we go. I can, I
Over the
thought I
top
can
for
hear the
Mbappe.
approach
Chase, not
of
gonna
John
reach it.
Mackenzie. There he is.
And there he
I do
is.
think there's
You
been
come,
a
John?
bit of a rivalry between these two teams in recent years. Neighbours, big games have defined
Got a
the era,
hydration
really.
break joke for you,
There's a
John.
real grudge in 20.
You've been here all month, haven't you? Don't really know how to use the mic
Chamelet
stands
has
yet.
just looked up to the big screen and shown his French badge.
Okay,
which
but you guys
took
ready
a
for this one?
few
we
by
go.
surprise.
This
French-American
is another
actor
joke
who was in
about
June.
America's pay-to-play system. I really enjoy the pay-to-play system as a
I think the
conceit.
Spanish were a
That's
little
what this
bit
it says.
riled
I don't
by
understand
fact
all
that
the
there was so much
hand-wringing
talk, Ali, of
around America's
how well the
pay-to-play
French
system.
was, and they'd sort of
From
gone
where
under
I'm
the
sitting,
radar a
there's a
little
pretty
bit.
close correlation
yeah,
between
probably
really
suited
good
them.
footballers and really wealthy people.
Well, certainly nothing to complain about.
All the
because
players I know are loaded.
the Spanish tournament I mentioned earlier lost
I don't
one
understand all the hand-wringing around America's pay-to-play system. From where I'm sitting, there's a real close correlation between really good footballers and really wealthy people.
Might have been late
All the
from
players I
Yamal
know.
on Mbappe. It's the first time really
You
they've
see?
come into each other's
Yeah.
orbit.
You can take that, Kai, to have a quick read of it outside. And, oh, you've thrown it on the floor. What an enormous amount of disrespect there from the
For a
man.
yellow
who
card.
couldn't possibly understand the genius that's gone into writing that. Why don't you have a sit down outside and think about what you've done?
Might have a
You
point.
big giant bum. Right, John.
Oh, we're just seeing an
What the
example
hell's
of
happening,
their.
man?
What a goal that was.
What a
Because of
goal.
who he
You
is,
mean the
not picking
disallowed
up a yellow card.
Lamine Yamal goal?
Because it should have been.
Come now. Oh, there's David Beckham. He's saying, no, I can't give you an autograph.
That was
One or two
I can't give you an autograph, not
questionable
here.
decisions, and I
like
think he's
card.
pointing that out.
Good spot. This for a free kick, though. Some
I
things
don't
go
know
back for the
about
French
that.
sooner or later.
Turkey leaves it for
Do you think there's any
Dembele,
chance of France
whose
playing
delivery
this
is steered behind by
Yes, there's
a
always
backpedaling Rodri.
But it's not looking
I
right.
think there was a push in the
No.
back anyway from Maxence
I
Lacroix.
think Spain have done a really good job of defending, of controlling the game, to be honest. I think at times it's gone a little bit rickety, but they've. I think they've
changes for
defended
Spain.
really well as a team. They've
And
got
spells
back.
danger.
1v1 as well. Yeah, right. They,
Especially.
Pedri coming
and
on,
they've been
and
leaving.
so is
They've been leaving the
Mikel
fullbacks
Merino.
quite open, but making sure that
Very
they,
popular introduction.
are
Danny
keeping
Olmo
them
going off.
quiet as well. I guess it's Luca Dean
And the
and
tireless
Koundé,
Fabian
so
Ruiz is
I
also
guess
being
you're
replaced.
Not too worried about that. Koundé is obviously playing as a
50th cap for
fullback
Mikel Merino.
Barca, but
Two late winners in
definitely,
2 rounds. The
they've
Spanish
definitely
papers have
kept
canonised him
things
as
quiet, and I think,
San Marino.
France have pushed, but Spain have really kept things under control.
Saint of Spain. Pedri is a beautiful footballer, comes on.
It just looks like some substitutions
Into the midfield. And we mentioned it earlier. I mean, if you don't pick Pedri in your starting lineup, you've got some team, haven't you?
At least I was a little bit lucky not to get
Who
sent
he
off.
brought off.
Did you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Marino comes on.
I think had it not been
Ruiz
so
goes
early
off.
in the game,
Yeah.
Pedri comes on. You're not doing too bad, are you?
I'm glad that they didn't.
Baena.
because
In towards Ferran Torres.
Second touch, that is.
Oh, what a chance that is for him. What a chance that is for him.
Commentary team saying we're going to see Ferran Torres as well soon.
We're behind him. I'm just, for all intents and purposes, I'm expecting the net to bulge.
All right,
And
so
it
what did
doesn't.
we think? 20 minutes to go? Maybe a little bit more?
French went that cross. Just keep going towards their
Let's
own
see
goal.
what France have got.
Can't do that. You've got to hold the line at some point.
Some terrific performances by Spain out there up until now. Marc Cucurella's left-back performance has been
Yeah, we've said that
impressive,
they've
bearing in
controlled
mind he's
the
been on a
game
yellow
even
card for most of the game.
after the
Fabian
second
Ruiz has
goal,
been
right? It's not like
excellent
you don't
after
really feel like
a good
France
77
have,
minutes before being
have
replaced.
I need to throw this man into the equation. Okay, he might have given away a free kick, but Rodri has been exceptional.
Back to his best, didn't he? Just controls everything around him.
One of the things that the French were keen to tell us yesterday was just how united the French camp was. But it's looked anything but today. Here is Theo Hernandez. His cross straight into the arms of Unai Simon does no damage. Marino, Pedri. Spain on the charge again. They tell me that this Spanish team formed this really good sort of unity, this brotherhood, this sort of bond between them when they went to a European Championship qualifier and their boots didn't turn up. And they had to do a training session in their socks, and then someone had to go and get them a whole load of boots before a game. I think it was against Georgia or something like that. And since then, they've had, you know, a laugh, a joke. They all bonded together, and they've been a real close-knit group up until and since then.
That's it. I'm taking Ali's shoes off him. Me and him are going to be mates tonight.
I'd strongly advise you not to do that.
Yes, I'm not sure he's had too much access to laundry powder over the last 6 weeks. He's wearing the same socks that he came out with. He's been such a servant for the French national team. Criticised for being too defensive at times, but a deliverer of major trophies. He needs some help from Mbappe here, but Simon has come out, steered it away, but only as far as Doué. Simon is outside of his goal, but he's done enough to get back inside his penalty area, and, well, the French couldn't punish him.
Oh, that's a horrible effort from Doué. Goalkeeper, again, we spoke about it before. Probably not his best header. His movement was good on that position, but Doué has to do so much better.
Porro stayed down.
He's hurt.
They've said play on.
Mbappe. He's hurt. So he's right side here as the ball goes in from Koundé. It's Pau Kubasi who managed to get it clear. Theo Hernandez. Porro hobbling. The ball's played inside him. Simon comes. The accusation is that he left his foot in on Unai Simon there. The referee has pointed to a corner kick.
Might have caught the goalkeeper, but they're both going for the ball.
Yeah.
As they're coming together, I don't think there's any suggestion that he's left anything on him. Both of them have got to go for that ball. They're both committed.
Doesn't take his eye off the ball at all, either of them. Got to expect him, in fact.
The ball is I think it's the ball that hit him.
Hernandez gets there first, clearly.
He's not happy. He's come up with a different version of events, but the referee has given the corner kick. Porro has stayed on for now. They are thinking about bringing on Nico Williams here. Well, now they've changed the decision. And it is going to be a goal kick.
Somebody said to me before
Or is
the
it
game.
a free kick? I think he's given a... I'm not sure.
Just thinking there, lads, as somebody said before the game, Unai Simon would have 2 or 3 great headers today. Not sure I would have that in my CV.
Well, both goalkeepers have come up with a good header, haven't they? Pedro Porro is off. So to Alex Baena, Nico Williams and Marcus Llorente come on.
I think that's the sign for Spain. If you're going to play against the French, both your full-backs have to be excellent, and they both have today. Porro on the right side, Cucurella on the left, both been superb.
Llorente started the tournament at right back, but Porro very much made the position his own. Has become a little bit bitty towards the end of the game.
Which, of course, will suit Spain. Sam with just no rhythm to the game, just stoppages. That'll be right up the street.
Well, this stadium has saved its drama for the very end. 24 goals in 8 World Cup games here, and 5 of the 8 produced a goal in the 85th minute or later. All 3 knockout ties here were settled right at the very death. Maybe a twist yet to come in Texas.
To say, Al, if it stays like this, the French have gone out with a whimper, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. As delighted as the Spanish will be, I bet you what, I tell you, they'll be surprised as well. They will be surprised.
And they'll send up everyone for this. Upamecano has come from the back. It's a terrible delivery from Dembele.
That sums his game up today. He's been really, really struggling the whole game.
Pedri trying to hold up Ryan Cherki, who has emerged with it but hasn't produced the killer pass. Off-the-ball shenanigans and a yellow card for Kylian Mbappe.
Got a feeling he'd be all right, the goalkeeper. No need for that.
No.
Oh, was there?
No.
More French frustration. And a fight back that has failed to materialise.
And again, it just kills the game again.
Now the prize for Spain is a place in the MetLife on Sunday. It's tantalisingly close now. The French are on their way out of the competition effectively, but will have to play the third, fourth playoff in Miami. Either England or Argentina await what looks like being Spain in the final. Nico Williams threatening to unsettle Tchouaméni, who does just enough. Cherki. Trying to find a route back into the game. Dembele. Now Doué. Theo Hernandez goes on the outside. And the free kick is given against Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, that's about right. The ref was right on the spot, and this is possibly France's last chance to get back in this. The score now, you never know. It's right on the edge of the box as well.
What does he do here, Ali? Mbappe go for it?
Yeah. They're needing something out of the ordinary. They're absolutely desperate.
You wouldn't put it past him, would you? Just alive in the last 5 minutes here.
Kylian Mbappe steps up, and he's far too high with his effort on goal. And it sums up the French evening. And the mood once again dips amongst the French contingent.
Don't even have to speak about that, do you?
I'm so surprised at how poor they've been.
Yamal. Keeping hold of it, the key now. Trying to twist away from Theo Hernandez. He goes down. The referee says goal kick, no foul. And was quite demonstrative about it.
It's definitely a little pull on him. There.
Sure he doesn't stand on him afterwards as well. Just when he goes down, it's just there. It's not a penalty.
No, it's not.
Well, Ali, when you arrived in town last night, you and I had a discussion about what you've been seeing on your travels. You were pretty clear that the best team you'd seen was this French team.
Yes. Yeah, without doubt, and by a good stretch. I will qualify it by saying I haven't seen France live. Obviously, just watched them on.
And I think we all thought they were the best team at the tournament.
Yeah,
They played the best football at the tournament.
I think they have. You know, obviously up until this point.
So what's gone wrong today? That will be the question. Here's Cherki, trying to feed it into Mbappe. It's smuggled away by the excellent Cucurella.
That's MON. Look at him. Absolutely brilliant.
He's went well, hasn't he?
Quick corner kick. Dembele. Koundé finding Mbappe. Mbappe's cross is steered away by Aymeric Laporte. Kone trying to keep it alive.
7 minutes.
It's enough for Mbappe to make a difference. That wasn't a bad ball in by Kone.
There will be a minimum of 7 minutes of additional time.
Little reverse ball. Mbappe. Cucurella's played really well. I hear the two of you, but I'm still giving it to Rodri.
It's a shock you're not giving it to a fullback. You've got to think about fullbacks, you have.
What will the analysis be about his team? His tenure's coming to an end here, and they have, as I think one of you mentioned earlier, gone out really with a whimper if it stays like this. The expectations were, from most who had seen them, that they were going to blow the Spanish away. It just hasn't happened. Why?
Too many players off for. Simple, you know, and beaten by a better team. You know, I don't know whether maybe one or two of us got a little bit googly-eyed watching the French and taking an eye off the Spanish. Maybe there was an element of that, Sam, but if there's any doubt about it, I mean, Spain have been tremendous. I mean, I keep going on about the two lads in the middle of the park, Rodri and Fabian Ruiz. I think from the word go, I know Ruiz off the pitch now, but they effectively have ran this game from start to finish. And when you've got superstars in your team, and here's one now for the Spanish, who hasn't been brilliant, but he's certainly been a lot better than any of the French superstars.
I think the boys in the studio hit the nail on the head about the individual play of the French. They've all been off colour. And as a team, when you've got that many off colour, it doesn't click. It's been really difficult, and they've come across a very, very good Spanish side that have played brilliantly well, both with the ball and without the ball, and Rodri has absolutely ran the show.
They've had more of the ball, and when they've been keeping possession in the last few minutes, the Olays have been coming out. France had won their last 4 World Cup semi-finals before tonight. Haven't lost one since the semi-final of 1986, where they lost to West Germany, who were the eventual runners-up in Mexico. But it will be Xavi Hernandez, Iker Casillas, Sergio Ramos and Carlos Puyol who will be enjoying the celebrations in the next few minutes. Hold on, and the European champions will be eyeing up a double. Williams. Pedri. Now Rodri. Baena, on to Williams. 4 in the attack. Williams driving towards the near post. Missing the target.
He had a little look up, didn't he? There was nobody in the box to take the shot on.
It's been such a great era of French football under Didier Deschamps. Delivered the World Cup in 2018. Taken them to major finals galore. Here's Cherki. Dembele. Dembele. Well, they haven't had too many shots on target. That goes down as one.
Yeah, and it's one of his favourites, isn't it? He comes in that left-hand side. Tries to bend it with the left foot. Comfortable save.
There's a bit more urgency about Spain right across the pitch. Koundé is down. Baena keeps it moving. Nico Williams left side. Spain happy to run the clock down as we reach the 5th minute of added time at the end of the 90. Llorente. Kubasi.
Whoever plays him in the final has got to come up with something special, because there's no weakness in this Spanish side. Good at the back, this lad is on fire. 2 full-backs, solid. Midfield, control games. Well, Oyarzabal, you might say, before the tournament started, might have been the one weakness up front, down the middle, but he's been brilliant as well.
He has.
And the 2 wingers.
Knock that left-hand side as well,
absolutely. They're a very, very good football team.
Spain ready to explode into celebration. They're going to ruin Bastille Day for France. Lamine Yamal. Ferran Torres to his right. Yamal trying to draw a free kick. Probably should have got one. Kone turns it over. 1 minute of added time to go. Spain can say, if they do get through this, they haven't just beaten anyone. Dembele, parried away by Unai Simon. It's only their 3rd shot on target in the game. Kone.
I'm looking at Doué and Mbappe there.
Mbappe.
Honestly, when the belly comes off the right-hand side there, Doué and Mbappe are 20 yards at least. They're not even in the penalty box.
He knows it's almost done. The whistle is about to go. The Spanish know the road to New York is opening up in front of them. And for France, this is the end of the road. The end of a long road under Didier Deschamps. World champions, European Championship finalists, but in the end, For the third summer running, Spain break French hearts. They keep alive the dream of a second Euros and World Cup double. They send home Didier Deschamps and Kylian Mbappe. And they've done it in style. The Spain boss, Luis de la Fuente, quoted Julius Caesar at his press conference yesterday. And boy, did they come, see and conquer.
Well, the Spanish have been quite simply brilliant. Their game plan absolutely spot on. We knew they'd have the ball, but it's what they did with the ball. The control they had in midfield. Ruiz and Rodri, absolutely outstanding. And I said before, if you're playing against the French, you need both your fullbacks to have superb games, and they both did. Cucurella was superb on that left-hand side. Porro gets his goal as well. The whole team deserve everything they get tonight. Celebrate. You've got a final to come. As good as they've been, the French, quite simply, have gone out with a whimper. Really, really poor.
Total domination, start to finish, simple. You can speak about French and we'll have a lot of chat about the French, but I'll tell you what, it's not up for debate. The Spaniards were nothing short of sensational from start to finish. That man, Rodri, I thought was outstanding. If they picked the 7 or 8 best players on the pitch, every one of them would have been Spanish. That sums it up. French, big disappointment. Spanish, thoroughly deserving victors.
Spain have beaten France again, and this one sends them to the World Cup final. Mikel Oyarzabal with a penalty in the first half.
I'm kind of upset that Porro scored, to be honest.
I think France know they're done now.
Yeah, they have the look of players who just want to get in the dressing
urgency's
room.
gone. Like it was there for a minute ago. Even Mbappe, who was trying to win it
Just
himself.
know, you get to a point, don't you?
Oh,
You just
has he
like-
got it? He's... Oh.
Williams still on the ball, though.
William Still.
Come on.
Just signed for Lorient, I believe.
Oh!
Don't feel like there's been a consistent plan from France as well to try and get back into the game. There's not been like, if we do this, we'll create chances. It's kind of just been like, let's get it to our best players and hope they can produce a bit of magic, which has taken them this far, but like has been a problem
Thus
this
far
evening.
they shall come and no further.
Does seem like it.
What's that from?
Titanic.
Come on, France. Let's get a goal now to just ruin Kaya's points of bad score a little bit.
It's already ruined. Oh, don't you dare.
Oh,
Not
is
with
that their
Simone,
first shot
or-
on target?
Good hand.
Let's have a look.
Well, surely the Doué one probably counts as
Oh, yeah.
on target.
I think
For us
it's
to go
their
with that, I
second.
don't mind him trying
Yeah,
that.
don't mind it.
They really have a fascination for crying children, don't they? The TV.
I don't know why they. Yeah,
Yeah,
Children
I
cry about
kinda
all
think it-
sorts of stuff, man. Like,
Not
It's
really
just,
not
I
great.
just don't think it's. I don't know. I just don't find it very funny. I know a lot of people do, but like,
they're not doing it because.
no,
I
but
think
I
they're
said,
doing
like,
it because they think it's
no,
funny.
yeah, no, of course not. But like, I think a lot of
Why,
people.
why did you say it then? If you're saying,
No,
of
I remember
course not?
after England beat Germany in the Euros in 2021. There was a footage of this German girl crying with her dad.
Yeah,
I remember loads of like people
Yeah,
making
yeah,
fun of that, and it was really
I'm
horrible.
not saying that. I'm not saying that
Why do
people
you
don't.
like
Why are you
children
siding with
crying?
those horrible
Just-
people?
I'm not
Joe?
saying people don't
You
find
learn
it
a lot
funny. I'm
about a
saying that the
person,
reason
yeah,
that
on a
directors
live
choose those
stream.
shots is
Yeah.
not because they think they're funny. It's because they think they are a simple visual representation of the emotion of the scenario. That's all it is. It's Route 1 stuff. It's boring. I'd rather see a contemplative
Route-
person at any time. You
on
know.
TV.
Yeah, we listen in our thumbnail meetings. We sit around talking about photo selection. I always much prefer a silent face, one that you can project on, a kind of Keanu Reeves, you know, where you can project anything onto the face, rather than a face that's overtly expressing one emotion or another. But you know, crying
In many
children's
respects,
boring.
emotions are like that, though, aren't they? Like, no one really knows.
They're subtle.
Yeah,
They're film acting rather than stage acting. You know, whereas children are constantly stage acting.
it's kind of. It's often quite hard to explain how you're feeling, right?
It is for you. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah. How are you feeling right now? Hungry or
I am a little bit hungry.
not hungry? Those are your two main feelings, I think.
Tired.
Oh,
Tired is another feeling. Is that an emotion? Tiredness?
No, tired only happens when you're not hungry. Sorry, when you are hungry.
Yeah, maybe I'm just less good at dealing with.
Oi.
We had this really funny situation the other day when John and I were playing video games with one of our friends, where it's pretty normal for John to be quite quiet some evenings. He's really not necessarily. He won't be. I don't. When I say mood dependent, I don't mean he's in a bad mood. But there'll be evenings where you just don't hear him say anything. Anyway, he joined Discord. We were playing video games, and it had been 20 minutes before my friend and I realised I actually don't think we heard John say anything at all. And it turned out his microphone wasn't working. For 20 minutes, we thought it was normal.
Did you just think
there they
everyone was
go?
ignoring
Yeah, I was. But the thing is, they often just talk over me anyway. So I was just like, oh, they're just talking to each other.
Spain. How about that, Spain? Well, misery for France. Mbappe walking off there. Didier Deschamps whispering in the ear of the referee, "Did you know I'm retiring?" Pedro Porro, Spurs hero.
Disappointed there's not a Spurs podcast called Podro Perro.
Oh, man, Kate Mason's going to be so happy at home.
Oh, yeah.
Well, who was the other Spurs player that scored the other day as well? The big... Oh, no, it was just the Jed Spence performance, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, there we go.
That's an upset, right?
I think that's an upset. You can't sleep on Spain.
Not for everyone.
Right, we'll be back in 15 minutes to record the podcast. So if you want to stick around and hear us do that, stay in the channel. And we'll be back shortly with the whole gang that we've got here. We're going to talk about this game, obviously, but we're also going to look ahead to England and Argentina, and we're going to talk a little bit about Manchester United's transfer window as well, with some interesting updates with Yuri Tielemans in the last couple of days. So we'll talk about what things look like for them too. Right, we'll be back in 15 minutes. Until then, how do you say goodbye in Spanish?
First half, there was no positivity in their play at all at any point in the game. Really, Spain dominated it throughout.
A word on Luis de la Fuente. I know we spoke about him in the build-up to this game, but to have won the European Championships like he did in 2024, taking over from Luis Enrique, who we all know what he's achieved in his career as a manager. He obviously wanted to get away from the tiki-taki style of football that we know is associated with Spain. They still have that to a degree, but we saw at times they had to go direct, which caused France issues as well, Mark McGee. But imagine you've taken over just 4 years ago and you've already won the European Championships and you're potentially 90 minutes away from winning the World Cup.
Fabulous. And you know how likeable a character, when we saw him in his press conference, he was, you can tell why the players must, the way they play, and the attitude towards it. They obviously love the manager. They love working for him. They turn out for each other. He's got that team spirit. He's got that connectedness that we've spoken about. Something that, England, need to look at this and think, right, if we're going to take this on, it can't be a team of individuals. It can't be, Mbappe and Dembele and great players out there on their own. It has to be joined up. If England are going to, go past Argentina, which I think they can, and then take this team on, they're going to have to play joined up football.
Yeah. It's been a brilliant afternoon here in Dallas. Evening, of course, for you in the UK as well. And Spain have certainly stunned the World Cup, stunned the favourites, France as well, with what it turned out to be a superb 90 minutes of football from start to finish. They were simply awesome. It's time for us to pick our King of the Match with Burger King.
TalkSport's King of the Match with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
So, Mark, there's 11 players who started this game, obviously all putting in great shifts, and then there have been substitutions as well, but who on earth are you going to pick as your star?
Well, it's got to be Rodri. His performance today was as good an individual performance as
frustrated the departing French manager is, but gracious in defeat. And Spain reaches second World Cup final. A magnificent performance from them, winning by 2 goals to 0. Will they play England or Argentina? We will find out roughly this time tomorrow when they meet in Atlanta. So we know the finals of this World Cup. Tomorrow we will find out the second of them. Let's have a look at the second goal. Feels like we're picking a little bit on Digne, the fullback, doesn't it? But it's possible not for you to point out where he's gone wrong with his second goal as well.
Mark, you maybe have to look. Deschamps' an incredible manager who's won amazing things, but you do have to look at why he didn't take him off earlier. He was really struggling at half-time, said that he was hanging on for dear life, and what you see in this second goal is the classic covering yourself, and you're basically going too wide towards your wide player because you don't want him to run at you. And
look at that, playing it from their own goalkeeper as well, Gary. They were so confident at this stage.
That's too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look how much space Olmo's got.
The midfield's, to be fair, non-existent, which is a problem, but the back four are in situ, they're in place. They're structurally OK at this point. Obviously, France do OK in this initial bit of defending. He reads that one, he heads it, he's got to get his legs back up again. He's working those legs, and then as you see him here now, he's frightened of Lamine Yamal getting the ball to his feet, so he goes out. Now he's going to get back in now, and he doesn't. He stays where he is.
But you know what, Garrick, when I see these goals, you see players make mistakes, and it's clearly a mistake. Again, maybe his confidence gone, he doesn't know what to stick or twist against really good wide players. But you expect your mates then to cover for you. You know, I think it happens all the time. Players do get cut out of position, but no one's helping each other. That's where they didn't play as a team.
No one's very alert to that,
that's why they didn't play as a team, because the whole part of being a football team is your mates cover you when you're having a bad time. You're never going to come into a game of football where everyone plays well. And obviously the attacking players of France are going to be criticised today. But the French defensive midfield were still all over the place. They weren't doing the basics right. So whatever about the attacking players not turning up, the team behind them didn't exactly give them a foundation to want to win the game.
When you look at the goal, I think Digne, of course, should do better. We're talking about somebody with the experience. But on the other side as well, I think Doué has a responsibility as well, because Porro played a 1-2 around him, and then he has to just be in front of him and to stop his run or to follow him. And I think we can blame Digne because of his tactical position, but Doué in this situation as well has to be more decisive and more defensive-minded.
But if you're expecting a young winger to stay with a 1-2, and that's your sort of last line of defence, you're asking for trouble, I think, anyway.
Yeah, but we are talking about somebody who won Champions League football.
I know, but
he's playing this level. So this defensive side, I think when you play against Spain, is different if you play against Morocco. So the quality of the opposition players is much better. So defensively, there's awareness that has to go to a different level.
Look, it's a lesson for Doué. I still would think an experienced fullback there, as he sees what's developing, he's got to tuck back in.
It's strange that we're saying it, but you look at the French team, they almost look, they lack confidence.
Yeah.
They
lacked energy as well.
It looked like they were waiting. They were waiting for someone to do something.
Yes.
That's what it felt like to me. Yeah.
Dembele.
Well, Dembele had one of the worst games I've ever seen him
We
play.
talked about Dembele. Obviously, we talked about Elise a lot. It was actually fair dues. Lamine Yamal, 19 yesterday. We said he'd had a quiet World Cup. He turned up, didn't he? How impressed were you with him today?
Very impressed. You know, because like you're wondering with the injuries that he's had, is the groin and the ankle. But like at no stage did he look like he was ever like holding on to him, like, oh, I'm not going to go past her. Every opportunity he had to try and go past, cut inside, whatever he's doing, he was doing it with real vigour. Like, look, he's trying to take on 2 players here. He really did show up today. He showed up.
And he injected the energy in
Without
the team,
a doubt,
a bit like Roy was saying France didn't
well, he's the one that they need to do it. So you were wondering, has he got the pace to go past them with the injuries he's had? And he did. And he's the one that can take them out.
And the players behind him, Righty, when they know he's got the better of his play, they'll just keep giving it to him. You've got him, because you think the fullback knows, his teammates know. You go, just give him the ball. He'll get us up the pitch.
That was unlucky because the fractions in which he was offside there. Because you could see that he knew that he had Digne, and Digne knew that he had him, so he's petrified.
And everyone else did, Righty. That's my point. That his teammates would have known. And they
gives you such a lift, doesn't it?
Of course, just keep giving it to him.
Rodri, Ruiz, Olmo, Pedri, Gavi off the bench. And we're not being wise after the event. But that is some midfield. I'm thinking about Spain, whoever they play in the final now.
Yeah,
they'll be able to keep the ball in the final, maybe in a way that their opponents might not be able to.
Now, listen, they were quite really impressive in possession. I think we were all aware about the quality on possession. But today, I think they really frustrated this French team. And then there was so much space between the line, or the French when they were going to put pressure, they wasn't doing it collectively. So they play between the lines, and when you give them space with the quality that they have, they will hurt any team.
They won the game because they're out of possession today. We all love football. We love watching brilliant teams. It was a joy to watch. But you got to remind yourself what they do out of possession, and they got the rewards. They were outstanding. Their walk rate, they walked in packs, did intensity to their play, a purpose, almost the opposite to the French.
At no stage did they ease off, because they knew what could happen.
Absolutely. Well, we were waiting for the one goal and then the comeback, weren't
Yeah.
we? It didn't happen. Spain very deservedly into the final. We'll look ahead to England's 4th ever Men's World Cup semi-final next as Lionel Messi and Argentina await in Atlanta for a matchup that is always very eventful.
What we saw today, we saw a team that's really, really good, playing with the ball, playing in spaces, doing so many different things. So for me, like that's why I said at the end of the game, it's not France goes in and say, oh, this is embarrassing by our standards. I think they got put in a game that was impossible. Cucurella was a monster. What does he eat? Well, he doesn't grow tall, but he's so fast. Like to close down every ball and they're so sharp. It was just
to push back on
really
what
good.
you're saying, because ultimately it's going to be like bad France, good Spain, right? But when we talk about someone like Dembele, who's the current Ballon d'Or holder, in a game of this magnitude, went missing. Mbappe went missing. Olise went missing. How do we look at this French team? Even actually Barcola and Doué, when they came, that front 4 or 5, including the subs, all went missing. So how do we? It can't just be that Spain were that good that these players didn't turn up. So what are we going to put that down to? Otherwise, we're just going to talk for the next hour about Spain were great because they kept the ball, and France were poor, they didn't show up. But why didn't they show up? So to me, it looked like very much like if Plan A doesn't work, do Plan A again. Like, just give it to Mbappe, hope he does something. Give it to Dembele, hope he does something. And we haven't seen that all tournament.
We haven't. I think that Grella's right in the point there where I don't think there was a clear Plan A. I think that they literally didn't look like they had a real system in place or style of how they were going to press this Spain side. Spain's movement and the triangles that they were playing was great. If I'll kind of push back on what Grella says as well, he's right. Spain were great. France were awful. But for me, it's not that we can give Spain all the full credit, because it's not just that France were awful in certain bit. Like, we're talking about the 4 players we've given so much flowers and praise to. They all didn't turn up. And when you lose to a game like that, and we can't say one positive about the French national team, that's what makes it a bit more harder to kind of really analyse, because obviously we talk about how good Spain were.
Yeah, but surely that's the difference, though, Grell, because you're saying if they played this match 10 more times, it'd be the same result. But if the stars didn't show up today, are you saying that in the next 10 matches the stars also wouldn't show up?
I think that with Spain, the pressure they put them under and the way they controlled the game and technically, tactically, they put them like out of their rhythm. It would be always the same.
I'm not disputing. I don't disagree with that. I just think that the biggest thing for me is we're saying the whole French team did not turn up today. The whole team. The biggest game.
Think about how random that is. You think that's coincidence?
But the biggest game, the biggest test, they all did not turn up today. I think that's the thing that I think it's kind of hard to still analyse. It's not one or two players. We can't say, oh, a few players played well and maybe Dembele didn't turn up or Elise didn't turn up, but everyone else just gave a game.
Individual, collective. The collective will always win because it's a group. When we watch France, it's always an individual. We're waiting for Mbappe to do something individual. We're waiting for Elise to do something. So I agree. It's a collective, I think, that won today and controlled it because they stopped each individual. They never let, listen, how many times did they press Mbappe and not let him face?
Yeah.
Elise was dropping back into the midfield to try to find the ball. So for me, the collective is what won today.
And even Troy made a point as well, and he's so right. The duels, the one-on-one duels, watching that game, the way that the Spanish players dedicated to winning those headers, winning those second balls, they were way more sharper than France across the entire pitch. And that's the collective of trying to win those tackles, win those second balls. Go on, you're blowing your face. What do you want to say?
No, we just got told to go to a break, so I was going to speak and I just held it all in. So, sorry. You know, I was just going to say, like, the Spain element of it, yes, being on the ball, fantastic. Tactically knew they backed off as well. Said to France, go on then, try and break us down. And then overtimes jumped and pressed. But the other part of winning the battles, because that doesn't get spoken about enough. They've let in one goal this season, and this tournament, sorry. And I've been one saying, well, we haven't really seen them tested. You're not going to, because they just keep the ball. And then as soon as they lose it, every single person goes, ball, go after it, go after it, go after it. And that just makes everyone, even some of the best individual players in the world, just panic, speed up, and the amount of turnovers from France with no real pressure on the ball, just that fear of, oh, they must be coming. It was frightening. Very, very good. And obviously we'll talk about Spain afterwards.
Yeah, we're going to do just that, talk all about Spain in just a second, everybody. So stay with us. They are through to the final. Who they will play will be decided tomorrow. It's either going to be England or Argentina. We'll be back in just a sec.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dex
It's determination. He's the man who wants the ball, wants to be the goal scorer, wants to be the defender, wants to be the game changer. Yeah, what a special player to play with, special player to have in the national team.
New records have become a regular thing for you. But what cap will this be?
121.
It breaks a special record.
Yeah, most outfield capped player. Yeah, another special one. Again, it's so hard to process all of this, I think, especially in the tournament situation. Going past some of the names I have, it started with, obviously, Beckham at 115 and now going past Wazza at 120. Yeah, England legends, England greats that, you know, until I'm probably retired, I won't fully appreciate I'm amongst those names. But, yeah, that is totally the last thing kind of on my mind going into these games because it's all about the team, it's all about getting into that final.
You've said your team can be better, but what reserves has this fight to get this far given you?
Well, the full belief that this team is ready to give everything. They simply don't give in within matches. They refuse to give in. We show resilience and the spirit and the team, the winning mentality that it takes. They do as well. So we're in a bit similar places here, and the team who will make it through will tell the story that they overcome adversity one more time, and hopefully it's
the history, that's all part of it. But from a player's point of view, it's us against a great team who are smart, who are tactical, who know how to buy fouls, know how to slow the game down. It's England versus Argentina. It's two of the biggest nations going toe-to-toe, two giants in a semi-final of a World Cup. You know, the most important thing is that we back ourselves to be successful on this stage.
Well, Harry Kane is desperate to do what Sir Bobby Moore did. He should have been Sir Bobby Moore, sorry. Should have been Sir Bobby, shouldn't he? And lift the World Cup. What sort of game do you think it will be tomorrow?
I think it's going to be the game that where that everybody expects it to be. It's going to be a tough game. It's a real rivalry, a deep rivalry. Goes back 66, and you know, it's the kind of game that we know that whether we're in front or behind, there's going to be chaos in the game. You know, there's going to be chaos in the stands. They're not separating the fans. And it's a game that we're going to have to show a lot of composure. You know, it's a country that, as time's gone by, I've learned a lot about them. I have no love for them. Obviously, Maradona's somebody that's done some amazing things that I've seen, but it's a team that we have to beat, and it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a real tough one. You know, a real attritional war we're going into, and we have to recognise that. I've heard Thomas Tuchel saying it's just the game. It's not just the game. And they'll realise it's not just the game. It's going to be more than that when they're playing.
They haven't played particularly fluently, have they, Argentina? We did the Cape Verde game. Obviously, the other day against Switzerland, equaliser on top, really, without a man sent off. But they don't know when they're beaten, Gary. They've shown that every single time.
Similar to us. Look, they've got an incredible energy about them. And I say this in a positive sense, a horribleness that is very difficult to get past. We're going to have to suffer tomorrow in that football match. I do think we've got a manager and a captain there that you've just seen speaking, who belong in these types of games, who've got great experience and won't let it affect them. They've got to deal with the presence and the aura of Messi. You're out there on the pitch with that guy just wandering around, knowing that he can sort of come to life at any minute. So there's a lot of things to contend with. But I think we can win. I do think we can win. And look, it's going to be a real struggle.
Let's go to neutral corner. What do you think, Roy?
I think it'll be obviously an amazing game. I think both teams, particularly for England, you definitely have to bring your quality. You have to play on the edge. You have to keep your discipline. You have to bring physicality. When you hit people, you hit them.
You hit them hard.
And show your quality.
They're quite similar teams in that sense.
Of course, and obviously on the other side of it, there'll be a lot of emotions involved for lots of different reasons. So yeah, I think it's set up for a cracker.
Yeah. What do you think, Patrick?
I think it will be an even game. I think what Argentina maybe have a little bit more is this kind of streetwise competitiveness, aggressivity. And I think on the England side, it will be important for them to really keep their calm, their focus, and not go into that kind of battles, I would say, because football-wise, I think they have what it takes to respond.
But England need to be streetwise. Whatever other word you want to use, they need that, don't they?
Well, you say calm, obviously you don't want to do anything silly, but don't be too calm. Yeah. It's a game of football, it's emotion, but just play on the edge. Don't do anything too daft.
I think we've got the physicality for them as well. I think we can match them. Obviously, you want to make sure that someone like Jude, because they will probably target someone like Jude, because he's our main guy, so they want to get our main guy out of it. But from a physical point of view, I think we can deal with it.
But he should enjoy that, Righty.
Absolutely.
He's 6'1", 6'2". If people coming after you, we used to have a couple of battles. Patrick was a good one at kicking me every now and again. But that's a part of the game.
Sure.
Bring that physicality. It's part of the game.
It's a narrow precipice to walk along, to be on the edge, to hit somebody hard, and yet be calm enough not to get sent off.
Yeah, we've got to keep discipline. We've got some examples of that in the last 20, 30 years for England where we've lost discipline and that's cost us. But what I would say is ordinarily before a match, you wouldn't want an open game. I actually think we need an open game. We've got quicker players than them. We've got more speed.
Our width, Gary, our width
We've
is
got better
important
width and we've got higher energy. So let's try and play to our strengths. Make it an open game.
They won't want that, will they?
No, absolutely.
I'm just remembering your description of the centre-halves of Argentina. The best, worst centre-halves in the tournament. From England's point of view, they better be the worst ones tomorrow.
It's a compliment because they're capable of winning the match for them, but they do make mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. OK, let's take a final break, and then we'll get an upsum from Dallas as well as to what they think about Spain really putting France to the sword in slightly surprising fashion, but very deservedly so, as Spain reach a second ever World Cup final for Kylian Mbappe. Disappointment in the last four.